Here we are. How are you doing today, Lily? Here, maybe I'll have her tell a joke today, huh? Good luck with the final stretch. Thanks, Carl. I wonder how this is gonna go today. I'm interested to see just how much is left. Because I see at least 2 question marks on the map. Let's see, I didn't really check my volume today. Should be good enough. Wow, hey, Domo! How are you doing? Oh, I got the 4th wall one again. Alright, we gotta tell me a different one. What I haven't seen a shock stream ready. Why did the chicken cross the road, you ask? Why aren't you asking about the egg? It came first. Nice. Yeah, what came first, the chicken or the egg, huh? Pops Plus doesn't work anymore? Why? Why did it just stop working? Did they update the game again, Nobo? Press Alt F4 to make something really funny happen. Oh, I bet, yeah, that would be really funny. It'll be really funny to have to boot the game up and fix my stream thing, huh? Fix my window. Yeah, there's 2 question marks left. I feel like this is probably it, because I can't imagine at this point there'd be another hub, so I bet you these are just the last 2. Anyways, I already know where I'm going today. I'm going here. They added a bunch of mod fixes to the game. This also killed half the workshop mods. Yeah, but hopefully they'll update the workshop mods to fix it. Oh, that's good. Thank goodness they added the fixes. Because, yeah, there were some really annoying issues. I hope they fixed the expedition issue that I was having. And hopefully they fix the Mother Longlegs crash as well, because that's a really dumb crash. Like, it just makes the whole enemy just not work properly. Yeek Fix? Didn't they already do Yeek Fix? I thought they already did that one. Pretty sure that was, like, in the initial update. Where the Yeeks don't clip out of existence anymore, or do whatever they did. Alright, here we go. We got our Master Omega key, and we gotta make something happen here. Some kind of loop. I'm not liking the look of this. There's I keys. Do I have to make an I key loop? Oh crap. Because I had to deal with that in one of the unused levels and it was a nightmare. There's no brown keys yet, but there probably will need to be. Yeah, you want to see what it does. Oh, okay. Oh, right. I guess you haven't really seen... Have you seen Yeeks yet, Nobo? I feel like you probably would have encountered 1 or 2. Okay, so what are we going to do here? Huh, I wonder what the point of this is. I guess these are just what we're salvaging, so we don't really get a choice. You have to salvage either a positive or a negative door for each of these. Okay. Then we have to open 2 to begin with, followed by any of these. I have to make some kind of loop between negative master keys and 0. Okay. What if I need brown keys at all? I guess I need brown keys, right? Because that's the only way you can kind of copy... That's the only way to copy master doors is to use brown keys. How does this work again? I think I need 2 positive doors and 1 negative door. I need 1 to gain... I need 1 to get negative master, so that's going to be a positive door, right? Then I need 1 to gain brown keys. That's going to be a negative door. Yeah, I need to spend master keys, gain brown keys. What's the last thing? I guess I need to spend brown keys to get the negative. So I guess we need, yeah, I think we need 2 positive and 1 negative door. I don't think it really matters where they go, though, because these are all symmetrical anyway, thankfully. So it doesn't really matter which one I pick. Alright, so we'll pick a positive here. Oh, actually it does matter because the beginning is going to be off. I gotta be careful about this beginning section. I guess we need stone because it's the only key I start with. Oh, that's nice. It's actually on the counter. Yeah, how are you doing, Carl? And also, and Pi, how are you doing? Thanks for coming by. Yeah, Nobo, have you seen Yeeks yet? I don't know how far you've gotten at campaigns. Maybe you haven't seen them yet. Okay, this doesn't look so bad, right? How are you doing, Tasty Pie? I was watching Shock Attack finally started playing this game, so I was watching her play. It was fun to actually see her experience with some of these things, since I ended up skipping a lot of her playthrough due to it being spoilers for me. Okay, so this was fine. I needed to start with a positive door because this is stone. But what's this next thing gonna be? I'm guessing I'm gonna want to get negative master here and then probably brown. So I should probably pick, I'm gonna need to pick a negative door for 55. Oh, you watched that VOD just now. Yeah. We're just going through and having, yeah, Shock's just refreshing herself on the game mechanics and also, Just going through some puzzles that were different, right? All the changed ones. Yeah, the final screen of that's the last map, but it's a real tough nut. Yeah. Well, speaking of tough, I don't know if you guys know much about Islands of Insight, but I was playing that today. And I actually solved a 4-star map. I solved a 4-star grid puzzle. I was pretty impressed with myself. It took like 1.5 hours, but I did manage to do it. I solved a freaking 4-star grid. Alright, here we go. This is what we want. So I want this door to be Stone and Master. I want this one to be, I think, Master and Brown. Let's try that. You remember counting a 4-star grid as well, solving it? Nice! In the first area, there was a 4-star grid? Wow, okay. Yeah, I also found a 5-star grid in the second area. There was a 5-star. I didn't solve that one, but I got the idea. Was it, what? The 224 area numbers? No. There was a 4-star with 224 area numbers. I know there was a 1-star with like a single, like, really big number. Yeah, you can't play that game on Mac. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you need a specific kind of PC to run it. That's a shame, but I guess that's how they decided to do it. Yeah, you forgore, huh? You forgore, eh, Shrugs? What did you forgore? The stream? Anyways, how are you doing, Shrugs? Alright, so we'll go with this plan. Brown, Master, and we need negative brown. Nope, it's spend brown. I forget what color I put here, though. Negative Master, I guess? Positive Master. No, that can't be right. That's a positive door. Stone goes there. Decided to work on a meta level adventure again after a bit of a break. You mean that's what you're making, Shrugs? So far, you solved every logic I came across, but only included one 5-star. Yeah, they're very rare. Wow, so you actually managed to solve a 5-star. Nice job. I encountered one 5-star. I didn't solve it, though. It was in the second area in Haven of Insight. I wonder if it's the same. I wonder if they're like. I think some of those are actually randomized, which is interesting, right? I think some of the grids are handmade, but at least some of the puzzles in that game are randomized, I'm pretty sure. Like, they spawn infinitely. But some of those logic grids, I think, are probably the same for everyone, so I'd probably be able to find the one you're talking about pretty easily. Alright, so now we go through here, and we start looping. Your Bob and Metapack thing to decide on name. Nice! A meta-level adventure. It almost sounds like an architect's adventure. Or it's like new adventures. I'm trying to think if that's a reference to something. The contest result of the Discord just came out. You tied for first. Oh, for which, you mean for the, Lockpick design Discord? The Lockpick level maker? Yeah, Stable Loop version 4. Well, 4? Well, I guess there was an unused one. Okay, it isn't a reference to anything. Gotcha. There was the first Stable Loop. There was the Stable Loop in World 2, and then there's a Stable Loop here. When was there a fourth one, I wonder? That's cool. You tied for first. Good job. Hey, I'll have to check out your level. I wonder how many different versions of Stable Loop you can actually do. Yeah, it'd be interesting also to try to, oh, unstable loop, right. I guess that's true. That counts as a stable loop variation. Yep, true, B. I forgot about that one. Okay, so what am I doing here? I'm just trying to remember how this works now. It's just literally just stable loop, so I just have to do this again. That's the problem, is I can never seem to remember how this works. At this point, what I need to do is, I'm pretty sure I need to get the brown source twice. Yeah, because I'm going to be at -5. So I need to be able to go from -5 to positive. I think I only need this one once, the other source. I think this is the one that gets copied twice. Whoops. As well. No. Copy that once, spend this, copy this, and then spend that. Because I have to make sure not to brown that one too early. Yours was probably different? Yeah, maybe. You're surprised people even liked it? Well, I mean, whoever the judges were liked it, huh? I guess, was it like community voting, basically? You almost got an entire mechanic working, but group is buggy. Yeah, group, I don't know if it's like, is group actually buggy, or is it just confusing? Oh, community votes, nice. Yeah, not sure to what degree some puzzles are randomized. Yeah, I don't know if the grids are randomized. Some of them really seem like they are, though. Like, the smaller ones seem like it could have been just randomly generated. Because sometimes I'll see a thing that says, like, blank spawned in this area. So, you know those are randomly generated, right? Okay, you definitely found a bug. Interesting. 1 to 5 average. Ah, cool. Hey, good job. I might check that out then after I'm done with the game and can finally go to the Discord without spoilers for the game. Wait a minute. Something's not right here. Was I supposed to copy one of these? I have an extra master key for some reason. I'll just dump it there. Let's see if that's... Wait, something's wrong. Something is wrong about this setup. I could just go look at stable loop. Yeah, I didn't know how to do that. Alright, what am I supposed to do exactly for this? What did I do wrong about my setup? 2 positive, 1 with brown, 1 with master, and 1 master and brown. I think I actually have the setup fine. I just messed up the execution. Apparently if you put the level in the group using it as a parameter for condition is broken. If you put the level in the group, what do you mean by that? Oh, you mean like the level itself. Oh, that's weird. Using level as group? Huh. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. What would level is group do? Okay, yeah, so I just executed it wrong, I guess. Let's see. So the way I get more master... I would open this door to get more negative master keys. Ah, so I bet you that's where I went wrong. Pretty sure this part was right, though. I think if this door copies... That door copies, I think, twice, and this door copies once. Ah, I bet you that's it. So we need to do this, but I have to copy this one afterwards. Then we have 0. Yep. And now we open this once to get more, and yeah, there we go. That's how the loop works. I always forget this freaking thing. Imagine not having it memorized to heart. The thing is, I knew, like, it was 2, 2, and 1, but I just couldn't remember where the heck the 2 and the 1 were. Yeah. Yeah, at this point, I still don't have stable loop memorized, apparently. Ah, I forgot to, open this. Nope, this is fine. Oh, you use it as hidden text code. Yeah. I wonder if that's what was happening to me, because I was trying to use group and, in one of my, things for, like, the confounded calendar. It was acting really weird, but maybe it was something different. I think group is just confusing. And I wasn't trying to use it with level. Yeah, I wonder how many other how many other, like, level interactions are just broken, that don't really work the way you'd expect. Okay, I need to get to 0 brown, so open this, open that, hit that, and I need to hit all of the doors. Well, I mean, it's pretty much just the same as always. Do that, that, and that. Wow, well, that was the quickest. I was thinking that was the quickest next level so far. It was literally just stable loop. At least this time I actually recognized it as stable loop, unlike in World 2, where I was like, what? What is this puzzle? Why can't I think of this? Whoa, okay, this looks like a math puzzle and a half. Look at all this. Wait, the glitch Omega key too? Already? I'm starting to realize. We must be really close to the end with all the Omega keys unlocked. Only of us all these Venom puzzles once? Yeah, I guess so. Make sure we enjoy the process of working these while we can. You know what? I should have tested what happens if you pick it up when it's a different color, but it probably is. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, X6 is just easy. Thank goodness, because the rest of the X world is destroying me. And it's another one of these where I have to have my salvage is predefined, looks like. Oh, it doesn't change color? Bummer. I guess that makes sense. Like, why bother making the sprites for that, right? It's not like it's part of the puzzle. So I guess the dev just figured, nah, we won't bother making sprites for the glitch Omega. Still, I like that idea of that actually being part of the puzzle, that you have to stop the glitch Omega from changing color. Or I guess you have to change it back to glitch before you collect it. But the problem is, of course, that it's a permanent action to collect that, so it doesn't really work with the way they coded it. Alright. So I'm supposed to do something with these 3 doors. Interesting. And what's gonna happen? We're just gonna star a crap ton of stuff so that I can only use... Oh, I get a decent number of colors. I haven't seen that. I guess we haven't seen the pure Omega, right? That's one we still haven't seen. I still have several colors. I guess orange, purple, pink, and cyan. I technically could use glitch. I guess I got the glitch key, so I will need to, obviously, use the glitch key to paint something glitch. I don't have pure paint, so I can't really do anything with pure keys. Huh. A lockless pure... That looks weird. Why does it look like that, I wonder? Huh. I guess that's just how lockless pure doors look? Like, usually it has like this, right? It has like a border around it, so I wonder why this one doesn't. Kind of funky looking. I was like, what is that? Huh, interesting. I have Master as well, but I'm gonna lose all my Master keys going through here. So, that's probably not helpful. I think I just need to focus on these 4 colors and glitch. Interesting. Okay, well we have lockless doors, so we're gonna need to glitch something. Yeah, why glitch and not just why paint a glitch instead of just a regular color? Ah, because we have copying. Because I need to be able to use these doors twice in different colors. It is what you get when you remove the lines to a blank pure door. Oh. Well, yeah. Yeah, I guess that's true, huh? I didn't even realize that. Yeah, because the regular doors were like that too, huh? These doors have like a weird outline, but these don't. The pure doors, and I guess the master doors don't really have like a bevel. I guess that's what it's called, right? It's called a bevel. Earlier today I was feeling sick, but now you're fine. So I don't think I'm getting ill anytime soon. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're feeling better. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to tell if you're really sick until you wait a bit. Yeah, I'm glad you're feeling better, Nobo. Yeah, that's interesting. I guess pure and master doors just don't have a bevel around them. I guess it's due to the rendering, probably. Probably just how it's the coding for rendering the door, I guess, didn't put a bevel on these. Interesting, okay. Yeah, I think I remember the master doors in 1010 being like that as well. They didn't have a bevel around them. Pure door, yep. This is it, Nobo, the pure door. I mean, pure, yeah, Nobo, pure is literally just another color, except you can't master key or brown it. So that's all pure does. Lost the plot completely, yeah. I mean, this game has so much crap. Yeah, that's all pure door does, is make sure you can't master key or curse the door. So you have to use pure keys. It's like a, hey, it's Defa. Lockless, that it's not a door? I mean, there's plenty of doors without locks, right? Like, what if it has just a knob on it? That doesn't count as a lock, right? It's just a non-locked door. Or like those sliding doors to like go outside. There's plenty of doors without locks, right? Defa, how are you doing? Thanks for coming by. A knobbed door. Yeah, it doesn't have a knob either. I guess it's like one of those restaurant doors where all you do is push it. Though even those have locks. How are you doing, Defa? I'm just kind of talking with chat while I, This shows that the recap was very much needed for Shock. Yeah. Like, there's so many, like, edge case mechanics to remember that if you don't, like, I'm trying to go through all the different edge cases. Glitch color change a door. Yeah, I'll have to see how the glitch color comes into play here, huh? Anyways. Now let's try to actually solve the puzzle. Alright, what's the problem gonna be? We're gonna need to get to -3 orange from 8. Okay. Let's see, what colors am I gonna have when I get to this point? Not really much anything. I guess I literally can't have anything, right? Yeah, that's... No, I could have pure, but would I really want to do that? Maybe. Because, no, I don't have pure paint, but at this point, glitch items will turn pure when I open this door. So technically, I could use pure keys. I could actually get pure keys here. That's like the only color I'm going to have at the time. When I pass through here, I'm going to have just this 8. I guess I don't need that, though, because I have this. Somehow I still think that pure might come into play, though. Might come into play to get pure keys as like a transitionary color between things. Or I could just go for the straightforward approach and just turn these orange, right? So ideally I would want these orange at the time, and then the spend color orange. Yeah. Okay. And I'm also make like everything glitch that doesn't need to be constant, right? Or that like if I open this, it doesn't matter whether I paint these orange or glitch. It'll still work either way. So I feel like I generally want to go for glitch where possible because it's more flexible. Alright, so let's say I do that. I get through here. Now we get purple. I have -2 orange. It's 6 purple. This seems like a pretty easy puzzle, right? We'll find out, huh? But yeah, it is interesting that just how many edge cases there are. So it's a good thing Shock's going through the recap because forgetting even a single edge case could really screw you over. Okay, first I'm going to need to deal with orange. We're going to need to get one more orange somehow. Okay, one more negative orange. When everything is turned purple. Okay. Oh, exactly one more. And I'm going to have 2 and 6. How am I going to get exactly 1 from 2 and 6? I guess I should probably note this, right? All orange. The guy making the bomb amount of counter few of those edge cases. What, for this game? Oh, right. Since he hadn't played the actual game. Yeah, he was probably like, wait, what happens during this? That's true. That's one way to figure out edge cases of a game, huh? Try to code a solver or any kind of, like, model for the game. And that's one way to find edge cases, huh? Because you'll literally count out your code where you have undefined behavior or, like, the behavior doesn't make any sense. That's pretty funny. He didn't even play the game, but just by coding, like, simulating the game, he figured out the edge cases himself. Of course, I guess he probably had to go into the game or ask people to see what the actual result was, right? Okay, so we need all orange here. Which door is going to accomplish this? We need a result of -1. So we're going to find some way to make this math work out. -1. -1. I guess this door would do that. Because I get a +2 and a -3. So I would need orange and purple with a spend of orange. Okay. Orange, purple, orange, spend. I really want to fix the capitalization. Lock this is either a glitch changer or a bridge. Yeah, the others you can think of as an aura effect. Yeah, so what else? Yeah, what else can lockless doors be used for? Yeah. They changed glitch objects. As you said, yeah, they could be used as a bridge as well. I feel like they might... Yeah, would they have any other use if their glitches weren't around? As you said, auras, yeah. You could put auras on them and use them as essentially a gate. I guess that actually has been used, right? I have seen lockless doors used as aura gates that don't require or cost anything. So yeah, you could use it essentially as an aura gate. I feel like there was one more use of lockless doors I thought of, but I can't read. Oh yeah, I know another use of lockless doors. A way to dump negative master keys. Or positive, I guess, as well, right? If you need to dump a master key, you can just have a pointless lockless door and actually use that to dump keys. So there is another use of a lockless door. Hey, GVG, thanks for coming by. But there's probably... Yeah, actually, I don't know if I could think of any others besides that. But yep, there we go. There's another use of a lockless door. So at least 4 uses of a door with no locks. Yeah, how you doing, GVG? I'm still more talking to chat rather than solving the puzzle. The 10 to use blank doors is an unrelated for an R requirement. Yeah. But you can use a lockless door as well. But yeah, you could just use a blank door just as easily. So it's not like a very big niche to fill, right? It's not like a very important niche that you can use lockless doors for aura gates. And you do good. How about you? I'm doing great today. I'm excited to solve some puzzles. Alright, so now what are we going to need? We're going to have 0 orange and 6 purple. And I need to get to -6 purple. So that's just this door twice, right? All purple on this door. And then we go through here, get 15. We're going to turn to cyan and get -8. Okay. And I've got to get exactly -15. There's one more use. It's a blocker route when you have the input point on. Ah, true. Yep. Good catch, B. Yep, that is true. There's a 5th use. Good point. Yeah, it's used as a blocker for routes. Lock this can dump master keys unless it's master pure self. Yeah, exactly. So at least... oh, did TT6 do that? Did it actually have a lockless door as a salvage blocker? Interesting. So there's 5 uses. Man, see, that's what I'm saying. There's so many mechanics in this game that, like... There's so many... Like, just when you thought of every possible way you could do things, there's always some way to twist it. Like, games with a lot of mechanics, with a lot of complexity can do that, huh? Like, the sheer number of combinations and interactions can lead to so many interesting ways to use things, which is neat. T3 thinks, I see. Why is this song such a banger? Yeah, anyways, huh? What is this song? Well, I'll check it later. I think someone said some of these songs were, like, original, but I don't think they were original to this game. I think, like, some of them were just, like, original compositions that were used. They're all, like, borrowed. Ah, it's also Slime Park, okay. Alright, anyways, let's see. Okay, we probably want to use an all door with the purple lock and just an all door with the cyan lock. I mean, that would make the most sense, right? So that would just be cyan and purple, spend cyan. Cyan slash plus and purple, spend cyan. Okay, that works there. Some songs were made for this game by Hailstorm. Oh, okay, so they are original. Okay, neat. Hazel Store. Those Hazel Store songs are original to this game. Good to know. If it's master, you can brown, then unbrown it. Yeah. But I'm just thinking, like, lockless doors in general. Yeah, what kind of purpose could they fill in a puzzle? Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Salvage blocking is another one. Yeah, T36, the one with the cyan bridge. Yeah, that blocks your that causes a salvage when you don't want it to happen. Yep. Now maybe we actually think of a... I've heard 3 of them at this point? Oh, okay. Hazel Storm. So, not the... Not the World 4 one. Maybe some of like the World Map ones would be. I haven't looked at the artist titles very much. Alright, what happens after this? Exactly -40. And we get 15 orange keys, okay. And 1 pink. We're gonna have 0 cyan at this point. So we're gonna have this collection, and we're going to change to pink, and we need to get to 25. Probably this 3 one. We haven't used this one yet. 25. So that's... For positive, that would be... That's some interesting math. How does that work? I have to add 24. Guest room, secret lab, World Omega. Oh, the guest room was unique to this. That's cool. World Omega only briefly. Okay, yeah. So it's like the hub worlds, I guess. Maybe not really hub worlds, just like, yeah, some of the non-world rooms. That's what I would have figured. Because I looked at most of the music, like, from the worlds, but I haven't looked at the music for, like, the other rooms that aren't, part of the main worlds. Huh, yeah, I have to add 24. Add 24. So, I can add 40. Subtract 15 gets me down to 25. And then subtract pink gets me down to 24. Ah, okay, I was just doing my mental math wrong. That seems to work. So, purple, orange, and pink. Spend pink. Purple, orange, pink. Point? Yeah. Spend pink. Spend point. Gotcha. Let's change it to be the actual pink. There we go. It's a little desaturated, though. And then we have this pure key. And a pure lock list. So I just have to have a door that I can spend all 99 pure at. Which would be... What exactly? Wait, I'm still going to have these keys around. Okay. I still have these amounts. But how's that going to help? That's interesting. There's one last math problem to do with these three here. Pink will get spent, but I still have purple. I still have these two. Okay, I'm almost certainly gonna want to spend the 99 itself. And then how do I make sure that the rest of it cancels out somehow? What? How do I make sure the rest cancels out? I don't want this. That's just gonna leave me with 3. How do I make sure the rest cancels out? How many? Let's see. How many door copies do I get total? Let's check that. I get 8. Really? I get 8 total. So I can use multiple of them. Looks like I've already used up 5 of my copies, so I actually could use 3 copies on this last math problem. 3? Wow, that's brutal. I have to find 3 operations that gave me to 0. Okay. Ooh, boy. So say I spend the 99 itself. Well, I could get like 99 here. That's probably not what I want. What could I do in the process? I can add one of these numbers here. So let's say like I add 40. Can I somehow get down from there? Yeah, let me get one. So if one of the operations is spent, because I don't like 99, right? It's not a very round number. Yeah, even if I use a 3, I can get like 102 or like... Yeah, -3 is not a great number to deal with either in this case. But I guess the inconvenient part is, right, is that I could potentially get down to a number, and then use that number as part of the math. Actually, maybe I should. Like, I could, for example, get to -3 here, potentially. Well, let's see. Let's make sure. Maybe I should figure out which locks are going to need to be painted. Like, I could already eliminate some possibilities by just looking at what needs to be painted what. So I already know that, for example, this door here. Okay, all purple, this is fine because it's all glitch. But this cyan and purple condition, I'm going to have to paint one of these locks. So that I can't repaint the lock in between steps, so I got to be careful about that. Cyan and purple spent cyan. So one of these is going to have to be purple of the double door. Maybe I should have done multiple at once so I don't have to make multiple trips, but that's fine. Yeah, this puzzle is cool. I like this one already. Very interesting. Yeah. I mean, that's if I assume that all these steps I've already done it correct. But I mean, it seems like you'd want to optimize this, right? Like, it seems like you'd want to optimize the number of door openings, and I feel like I really couldn't do it any better because all of these are done in one step. Like, which is really good. That each of these steps besides the pure one has been done in one door open, which seems to be optimal. Okay, so we know that has to be the case. Orange, purple, orange spend. Wait, which one is orange and which one is purple? No, something's wrong here. Add 2. No, that's fine, yeah. Add 2, subtract 3. Yeah, it's okay, so this is fine, yeah. So that 3 lock will need to be purple. Wait, what? Am I going to have orange or purple at the moment? Never mind. Actually, I'm going to have purple at this point. So this actually needs to be orange, rather, is what needs to happen. That equal sign, I'm pretty sure needs to be orange there. Man, I wonder what the next thing over there is. It's like a giant rainbow thingy with just a random floating thing. Curious to think about what the deal with that's gonna be. Now, you know what? I should probably just start painting these glitch a while. Might as well, right? Save myself the trouble of going back for multiple trips. That's cool. Yeah, I can paint glitch doors now. I feel very powerful. Let's just start. I'm just gonna paint all these glitch now, and then I'll paint the ones later that I need to. I know I'm gonna need to paint something on that. It's just a random output in the air. No worries. Yeah, it's just decoration, right? I mean, the dev really likes the number 78, apparently. It's just random decoration. Just a random 78 door. No reason why that's there. 78. I'll have to go see if I can find where that number was. Alright, this door here. When's the step when I'm spending pink? Cyan, orange, pink. Cyan and purple spend cyan. Yep, that was this step. This step here was this. All orange doesn't matter. All purple, I don't think matters either. Because I will have a purple at the time, won't I? Yeah, I'll have a purple color change here. This doesn't matter. This one up here is going to matter, though. You need to make that last 100 video before the Twitch pod falls into the void sea. Yeah, you better watch out for that, huh, Nobo? Or it could be like Shrugs, where you highlight the entire... yeah, apparently Shrugs found a loophole in Twitch, where if you highlight the entire VOD, it just saves it indefinitely. That's a pretty funny loophole, so you can always do that, huh? But, I mean, it's probably easier just to download it, right? Just download it anyways. I don't know. I guess you can always ask Shrugs. I don't understand. I think there's something you could do called stream highlights. Oh, Samet figured that out, the loophole, huh? I guess there's something called a stream highlight you can do. I don't know how it works, to be honest. It's kind of hard to figure out. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely call it a loophole, huh? I don't think that's what the purpose of it was, but it's quite effective, apparently. You can do, no matter how long the video is, you can still do that. Of course, I guess the disadvantage is it doesn't show up in people's VOD lists, right? Like at the list of past VODs for games. But I mean, if all you care about is just preserving it, then it could be a way to keep your stuff around. Yeah, infinite stream glitch. It's like infinite master keys. It's the ultimate power. Alright, so we're gonna have pink, so I need purple and orange lock here. Where every part of your stream is a highlight, huh? Yeah. But yeah, apparently you can just do that, and that's how to keep your VODs around, huh? But as you say, you could just download as well, but depending on your internet connection, that might be difficult to do. And your disk space as well, I guess, could be a problem. Alright, I'm gonna verify what I already did, just to make sure I didn't make a mistake somewhere. All orange, yep. So currently we do this, right? Yep, that's -3. Oh, whoops, I have to make my copies ahead of time. You know, we need at least... Let's just try this. I'm gonna assume that the left step probably uses each of their main doors once. Okay, yeah. Then we have our -3. We go through here and get this, and then we use this door. Nope, wrong one. Ah, yep, I made a mistake right here. Good thing I checked. I need to paint this door orange because I get a purple color change there. Yep, this is why I checked. Occasionally you gotta check your work, especially for coding, right? You don't want to do what they call big bang coding, where you code the entire thing in one sitting and then try to debug it all at once, because you end up with so many bugs that, like, just all affecting each other all at once, it becomes a nightmare. Good at you. Well, make sure not to spoil it if you know if you already want to give me hints or anything. Yeah, this is a no backseating stream. Bang back code usually works pretty well. Really interesting. A lot of people I've heard say don't do that. But I guess if it works well, then there you go. Might as well. Then there's no reason to change it, right? I mean, I'll often do a lot of stuff at once, but like if you take it too far, then it can become very overwhelming. Okay, check that so far. We're good. Outside the door. Never mind. Yeah, but yeah. Make sure not to give any hints. If you know what to do, then that's awesome. You can tell me if you have a cool idea that was different from mine. Feel free to tell me after I solve it, so I can have the experience of having fun solving it on my own. I do like hard puzzles. It is pretty enjoyable. You can open the door. Ah, you're spoiling it for me. I need to open a door. All right. I guess I'll have to rethink this. Oh wait, I'm opening a door right here. We're fine. I already opened a door, so I think we're good. Oh, I only get 2 of these. Okay. Another thing I didn't realize. I only get 2. Huh. Let's see what happens if I just kind of guess with these. Let's see if I just somehow got lucky that this will work. Nope. Okay. And the other way around. Nope. Imagine if that actually worked. That'd be hilarious. How am I getting the same result both times? Wait, so let me see this. Here I get 40, 25. And then here I get 25, 40. Oh, so it's just the same thing but a different order. You can't just guess. I mean, sometimes you can. It's worked before. Like, that works in puzzles, right? Like, if you've logicked out 95% of the puzzle, often you can just guess the last 5%. I do that at, like, Islands of Insight sometimes, too. And in Taiji and a lot of other games, right? Like, if you can logic out most of the puzzle, often you can just guess the rest. But, yeah, try to do that for the whole level. That's obviously not gonna work, huh? Okay. But I only get 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, why did I only get 2? Did I open an extra door, or did I just not have as many copies as I thought? Also, it's kind of annoying if these turn that color. Okay, I just need to do that first. Yeah, don't I get 8 total? How did I end up using so many? Check this again. I feel like I must have made a mistake somewhere. Yeah, that's what I thought, TCP. I must have done something like that. Yeah, I accidentally removed a master key. Okay, now let's see if I can guess it. Hey, you never know. Probably can't though, but I think it's still worth a try. I want to see what kind of situation I end up with at the end. Yeah, we'll see. Make sure not to tell me if you know though, right? Yeah, make sure not to. But I say maybe it's just a joke, huh? Oh, you're talking about what happened. Yeah, I think you're right, B. Okay. Because I guess sometimes like it might be counted as backseating, right? To like tell the person what they did wrong, but I think at this point, like, it's not really gonna be much of a spoiler. Like, it's probably pretty apparent what I did wrong there, huh? There's not really a whole lot of possibilities. Ba, 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 ba. We got the awesome music to keep me sane during these puzzles. There we go. Surely I can guess, right? Surely I can guess. Well, there's only so many possibilities, right? No, well, I can't, I just realized that I'm gonna have to paint something pure ahead of time anyways, probably. Speaking of which, yeah, what can't change, right? That's probably an important thing to check, right? What must be glitch and what can be something else? If I'm assuming that, if I'm using the strategy, that's actually gonna be important to know. So right now, this spend needs to be two different things. So according to my current strategy, this spend must be glitch. Cyan and purple and all purple. Yeah, so this would have to be glitch as well. This door, however, I could set to be either of these spends to be not glitch, right? If I wanted to, I could do that. Yeah, it's like, alright, I'll take a look at it, I guess. Because I realized that some of these I'm probably going to need to paint anyway. That's if that's the strategy. It's always a big if. Currently, I guess this one, yeah, has to be glitch because I'm using it for two different colors. Of course, I could be missing something, but we'll see. Yeah, so that just leaves these two right now as changeable. Okay. Hey, it's Cat Goose. The meowing goose is here. How are you doing, Cat Goose? Well, you are a cat and a goose, huh? Yeah, we're just having fun. Everyone's looking at this puzzle. I'm guessing probably people here know the solution already, but we're all looking at this puzzle. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm doing well, too. I'm actually feeling better about my sleep schedule now. I did manage to wake up at a better time today. So that's definitely an improvement over what I was doing before. How's this game? It's fun. I just need to get through this last set of keys. I'm trying to figure out how to spend 99 keys right now, so let's see if I can figure that out. I don't know how much you know about this game, but it's certainly something. How do I get rid of these 99 keys if I have 15, 40, and 0? Well, I probably don't want pink locks because I don't have any pink keys left. Okay. I could potentially change one of these. No, not really, actually. It's kind of weird. I feel like my door setup is right according to my assumptions, but there's obviously something that's not right about it. Okay, so say I hit this. I'll end up with positive 40. Yeah, positive 40. But I would have to have a way to spend positive 40. Well, the colors will change of the doors when I open it. Huh. Yeah, but the only color change I really get is this right now. Oh, you know what? I guess one thing I could do is grab the 99 and potentially not open this. Though the problem is I don't think I have any locks that I can just paint pure. The only thing I can paint is pink, so I don't think it's really going to be helpful in any way. So there's something to think about, but yeah, I'm not going to have any pink doors left, pink locks left, so I don't think I'm going to want to do that. Let's see. Of course, I guess I can't copy these doors either because of this, this little gate here prevents that, which is a very... I wonder why this is infinite, right? Like, why have an infinite 0 key here? Why not have just a regular 0? Huh. Oh, I guess because you don't have to pick up the 5 right away, right? That's why this has to be infinite. I'm like, why not just have a 5 here and then a regular 0 key here? Yeah, I guess maybe there's also cheese with, like, maybe you can paint master here. Oh, I guess maybe that makes sense, yeah. Yep, I guess you're right, B, yeah, because what you could do is collect this exact 0, then collect some keys, and then paint one of these master colored, and then get master keys. So that's why this is an infinite 0. I was trying to think why that was there, but yeah, that makes sense, because I could just get master keys here and cheese my way through here. Makes sense, I guess. I guess. Let's see. I feel like I still feel like I want to spend that 99 somewhere. Opening either one of these two. If I get positive 40, I don't really like that. Personally, I like an orange spend, honestly. Okay, what if I were to open this? That gives me 25. And then it'll turn... Well, it won't turn anything. Okay, what does this do? This would give me... just -3 orange keys. -3? That doesn't seem great. Yeah, what am I gonna do with that? Not much that I could think of. Huh, maybe I've got to do something tricky then. Maybe it's not really as straightforward as I thought, and I already messed up. Just looking at this, yeah, nothing really seems to be making sense here. Do I have another way I can get rid of 99 pure keys anywhere? It's like, yeah, I don't really have anything that sets anything to a good color. All orange, orange, purple, orange, spend. Let's see, where did I use this door? Like right now, obviously. I'm trying to think if I could have somehow kept this lock a different color here. Alright, let's see if I can... Let's just make sure I've considered all my possibilities. I don't want to make assumptions too early. Yeah, have I considered all my possibilities, I wonder? Yeah, this kind of would imply this has to stay orange based on what I'm doing now. Unless I have another orange color change somewhere, but I don't think I do. I can't really keep a color change around. Not really. Yeah, have I considered... I mean, I could try to do something in multiple steps, but that doesn't really seem like a good idea. But if I can't think of a way to get rid of this 99, then I'm going to be in big trouble. How do I get rid of the 99? 99. Ideally, I want to open something with pure, and then with another color, whatever that color is. Some other color. As I said, I could technically try to do something now with the pures, but the problem is I don't really even have any pure keys to begin with, so I can't really open anything with pure, and I don't really have any other colors either. I guess what I do have is this, right? I can collect this 8, and then I could technically, if I had a door with just orange, I can get pure keys. Of course, it's kind of screwy, but it could happen. It could happen. The only problem is I don't think I can have a door with all orange. Can I? Of course, I could be overthinking it, but I mean, that would be a clever way to do things. If I do something now, somehow. To get pure keys while I have 8. So far, it really doesn't seem like it's gonna work. I wonder if this is gonna be a hard one. Yeah, currently I don't have any other way of doing things if I don't get some kind of third color. Like, why would this 5 be up here, right? It's almost like they want me to collect this 8 first. And before doing something. Like, it seriously feels like they want you to do that. Right now, I don't have any other colors. It really does feel like they want you to do that for whatever reason. Because right now, just how I'm setting up, I'm really not seeing a way to get this 99, right? I can get 40. But then what? Opening this won't change the color of anything. Opening this won't change the color of anything either. All this will do is give me -3 of orange, specifically. It at least changes everything else to orange, right? Which I guess isn't the worst, but it doesn't seem very helpful either. Like, none of these doors particularly seem good if I had -3 orange. And all these are orange, right? Like, sure, I can get, like, a bunch of positive keys here because I have -40 orange. Yeah. No, let me check something, actually. I realize there is something I could maybe do differently here. I feel like that the way that 5 is positioned is suspicious to me. Alright, let's just copy these, why not? Let's start copying some stuff. Go through here. I'm gonna check something. So right now all I have is purple, right? I'm very limited as what I can do, but up here I guess I had 2 colors at once. So close, I've got to get to the end of this. I can do it. Got these 2 colors. That. Technically here I could do something potentially, right? I actually have 2 of these colors at once. That seems kind of good. But then again, maybe I can't open. I could technically open that cyan door now if I really wanted to. No, actually I'm out of cyan, so never mind. Just trying to think of something I could do before this negative 40, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. And also I ended up with 2 of those for some reason. I guess I must have filled the key again. Yep, then I ended up with the same situation again. And nothing really seems to make sense. Huh. I wonder why they didn't even add pure to the... Oh, never mind. I thought they didn't add pure to the counter, but it's over there. It's like separate. I guess they just didn't have enough room. Yeah, they do have this. But right now I don't have a good way to spend 25, I don't think. Like, I would need a second way to do... Yeah, how would I ever get to 0? In order to get to 0 pure keys, whatever door I open... Yeah, let's think about that, right? There's not very many ways to do this. Yeah, this door's helpful. Like, and if I have to get exactly 0, that tells me a lot. About the final step, at least, right? We know this can't be the final step. This door will always leave me a -3 of whatever key I open it with. Which means it has to be one of these 2 doors that I have to open. And I have to open it while having, whatever the remaining colors are, have to add up to what my current total is. You have to somehow add up. It has to be a pure spend at the time, and it has to add up to whatever my current, the other 2 has to add up to the negative, whatever my current pure total is. How could that happen? How could that happen? If I... So here's what I think it's seriously, right? If I take the 99 and I change it, like change the spend of something, I could potentially get like 99 of some other color. That would be interesting, right? Actually, I guess this doesn't change it. This will, I guess, if it's orange. So never mind. I guess I was misunderstanding. I could potentially use this, but I have to have exactly 3, which isn't great. If I had a different spend and I open it with 99 with one of these glitch locks being pure. Oh boy, we got spammer, do we? Oh boy. Nah, I don't think I'll be doing that. Hey, we finally have a spammer for a while. Hey, thanks, Drugs. I forgot about that, you made a mod. I will not be doing taking any services, thank you very much. Fantabulous, yeah, that's a new one, huh? You did the thing, yeah, there you go. Your sword has drawn blood. Drawing the blood of bots. I guess it's just oil or something, huh? I don't know if that was actually a bot or not, but it probably was, right? Like, most likely humans wouldn't go around spamming that much. It's a lot easier just to get a bot to do that. You're just gonna be posting the same message in a bunch of random streams. Yeah, that was funny. Not what I expected to see. Yeah, so if I have a pure lock and the spend is a different color, I could potentially get 99 of something. Yeah, popular enough. Usually it's like newer streamers that get bots, right? Usually it's newer streamers, I think, to get the most bots. You have seen 2 cases of humans. I've actually seen, I think, a case of a human doing spamming as well. Pete DeGea. Hey, Pete DeGea, thanks for coming by. I'm a bit baffled by this puzzle, but I'll keep looking at it. The problem is I really don't have much I feel like I can change about this. And that's the problem. So I must have messed up somewhere, but I'm not really sure where. So suppose I were to open this, but I were to change this like pink. I don't know. Oh, you know what? That might not be a bad idea. Let's see what happens if I do that. Spider is one of your faves? Oh, you like this one, eh? It must be pretty clever. You see one case of a human in your chat. Oh, okay. So you did see, so there were some humans. Of course, I guess they could be like chat bots, right? But you guys think they were actual humans that were spamming you? Yeah, glitch door puzzling, huh? Oh yeah, I haven't done the on-screen chat yet. Yeah, I forgot about that. Next time I'll remember to add it. But I will have to have some time to do so. And now I've been doing like puzzles. So I could do this technically and get whatever 25 minus 99 is. But the problem is I don't think I have a pure spend after that. Where am I going to do my pure spend at? Well, pretty gross because you try to appear like normal viewers and then you only graduate to trying to promote something. Yeah, exactly. Like it's at least with the bot, they don't really waste your time. You just go right in and ban them. So like, all right, it's pretty obvious. They just cut to the chase. Huh? I want to sell you something. I'm like, no thanks. Yeah, this one must be clever. There must be something sneaky going on here. Like, obviously we have problems, but it's not just about having problems. We gotta have solutions as well, huh? I'm gonna do this and kind of take a look and see where this gets me. Knowing the problem is only half the battle, huh? But yeah, that's funny. That other X puzzle was so easy in comparison. It seems like there's some of these. 25. So right now, after I open this, I could technically do something. Except all my locks are purple now, or pink now. It's not really great, is it? So, actually I'm kind of restricted there, huh, with the way I set this up. I mean, yeah, that just gives me more pink. It's not going to actually change anything about pure. Yeah, that's strange. None of these can be painted pure. So, as soon as I open that pure lock, once I lose the pure, it's over. Wait, what if BB Mame somehow attracted the bot? Nah, yeah, it's just that's just coincidence. Yeah, so here's another conclusion I think I'm getting from this, right? I think my conclusion is that if I'm going to be spending pure keys on these doors, I have to do it all at the beginning. I can't, like, after I open this, I have to open all my pure doors before opening something else, because this is my last chance to keep the pure color around. And I don't have, like, brown keys, do I? Well, no, brown keys are starred, so no brown keys for me. Yeah, no brown keys for me. Like, technically I can get master keys. Technically, but I'd have to use, like, the same doors over and over again. Well, even if I can't really, I guess, huh? Because, like, yeah, all I can get is, like, positive master keys. That's not what I want. I'd have to reuse the same door, like, a billion times. I could make, like, a bunch of copies. Like, technically, I can get extra master keys here and just use these doors for everything, but I don't think that's gonna be possible. Plus, that doesn't really solve my conundrum, right, of how do I get rid of pure. Yeah, so far I'm under the impression that once I open this, that's my last chance to get pure here, so I'm gonna have to spend only pure at that point. If I don't, then... Wow, this is difficult. Something's very tricky here. I feel like I can't just be missing an obvious step. I think there has to be something fundamentally different at the change. Nothing here would be making sense otherwise. Now I'm just gonna double check my logic here, right? If I assume that what I'm doing is this here, where I grab this 8. Yeah. So I'm gonna do my current assumptions again, just to make sure that what I painted actually had to be painted. So I do this, right? Looking at this current setup, what's the only way to get to -3? So one thing I could do, right, is I could use a transitionary color potentially if I add something orange, or I could just open this directly. Of course, if I do use a transitionary color, what would it have to be? It can't be purple because I have to have 0 purple keys as well. So I can't get purple keys or something like that. White starred. Could use like cyan or something silly. Technically, I can use a secondary color here to change this to something else. This lock doesn't have to be orange. It's just orange is the most convenient color I've picked. I don't think I thought too much about that, actually. What if I used a secondary color? Could I potentially change the way I do things? And if I did, how does that solve this problem? It would solve this problem if I could, let's see, how would I get to 0? Yeah, I'd have to like reduce this to like some other color using one of these ones, like set this to some other value. Then I'd have to pick something that canceled out somehow. That's hard to think about how that could be. Me and painting puzzles, seriously. These are so difficult for me. Yeah, let's see if I can at least prove my current assumptions wrong. If I don't use a secondary color, are we definitely going to lose? So yeah, if I without a secondary color, that really seemed like the only possible move. Was opening that, like that. With this being orange here. Because I don't have any other color right now besides orange. I don't use a secondary color. And none of these other doors with just orange keys are going to allow me to get to -3. So I'll leave just this. So yeah, that would be that. Then what about this here? This, I couldn't open this. I could potentially like paint one of these to do something, but either way, I would need to spend this. Yeah, nothing here just opening once is going to give me the -3 orange. So yeah, I really don't feel like that would have to be the door I open right there. Which once again, just changed the purple, so I would have to have the door painted orange, as well as the lock itself. That would seem forced indeed. If I were to do this, right now I don't have to paint anything purple, based on this logic. I'm just going to do that. Looking at this, is there any other way I could somehow get to -6? Not really looking like it. I get the -3 here, but I'm going to get the +6 if I try to do something. It does seem like the only way to get to -6 is to do that. I could technically do something with purple now, but why would I? Like, if I do something with purple, I've lost my only ability to have a positive value to get negative cyan, right? Like, technically I could do something with purple now. But it doesn't seem like there's any benefit to that with my current strategy. Yep, that would just lead to that. Which of course meant that I had to have that lock painted purple, yep. That's all solid so far. Jeez. Maybe I won't be finishing this today if this last puzzle is going to give me a lot of problems. Yep, and without this, I'd have to have a door with just pink and purple. With just pink and purple, I wonder, can I actually get to 25? I mean, I guess that's kind of what, like, this door would do, right? So I've already be open that door anyways. Yeah, that would require having those painted orange and purple, because I only have cyan color change left. Under my current assumptions, I think every lock I've painted would have to be painted. Which means, is there for sure no way to progress from this point? I don't know if that's the one thing I have proved or not. Right now, after opening this blank door, I have no pink keys, so I can't open either of these doors. I can't open any door until I open this. I guess this didn't have to be painted pink. This pen didn't have to be painted pink. That's the one difference, I guess. Which would mean that essentially I can't use this door because I don't get any pure spends after that. I would have to use just these two doors somehow, and I think I already tested that. That no matter how I sequence those, it won't actually give me a 0. Well, let's just verify that just in case. Let's just verify that. Turn this back. If I can verify that, I can at least know for sure that so far that my plan is not going to work. Yep, that's so cool, Shrugs. You already got to help me out with the moderation, huh? Kind of funny. After I said I hadn't seen a bot in so long, and then one shows up. That's gonna happen eventually, huh? Okay. Say we tried this setup, right? 3. And this again. So if we're assuming we're not using that door, then that would just leave us with this 2. It almost certainly isn't gonna work, but I could have just done the math wrong. I feel more comfortable actually verifying that by doing it. Doing it in my head, especially with this game, because sometimes, hey, Andelivan, how you doing? This puzzle is getting me very confused, but I'm trying my best here. So I'm just kind of talking about random stuff sometimes while I try to think about this. Doing alright? That's good. Yeah, you were trying. I saw you doing stuff with the symbol, randomizing, huh? Yeah. So what's the deal with this? Yeah, these are just setters right now, right? These will never get me to 0. All they're doing is setting pure right now. That's it. Yeah. So I think that pretty much proves it right there. I can never, if I can't change these values, then this is a lost cause. Right? Yeah. If I can't set those values, this is a lost cause. I only have either exactly one pure lock. So the value of pure is completely irrelevant to what these will do. Only the values of these matters. What's the deal with airline? Yeah, airline food. What's up with that, right? That's what I start doing when I get stuck in a puzzle. It's talking about random crap, huh? Yeah. Are you gonna try to finish your Despair playthrough? It sounds like you're probably gonna call it there. You're doing the symbol speed run now, right? I wonder if I can convince Chukun to fix the ghosts. Ah, you remember the solution now. I see. You were trying to remember how it goes, huh? There's something clever involved, that's for sure. There's something clever involved. Let's look at the salvages. I couldn't have done those differently, right? Doesn't look like it. I can go up here and try to do something, but... yeah, that's not... I can't, like, try to salvage one of these doors or some crap like that. You're planning to run the... yeah. I see. You have to run that version where ghosts actually work. I wonder how the ghosts end up breaking. Like, why did the update break them, of all things? That's kind of mysterious to me. Yeah, looking at this, I still don't see any way this part could have changed. Yeah, Carl's now laughing at me, huh? Because he probably knows, now you know the solution, and it's probably something really sneaky. It's probably something really sneaky going on. Oh, I'm trying to get my sneaky brain on. But right now, sneaky brain is not thinking of anything. Yeah, sneaky brain. Out of curiosity, what is your current plan for ever getting pure to 0 this doors? I don't have one. That's the problem. I was just trying to figure out if my current plan was even gonna work. Yeah, I don't have a plan now. I'm at the point of my current plan seems to be completely wrong, and so I have to think of something completely different. So that's kind of at the point where I'm at, where I'm kind of exploring again, like figuring out what can I do, what can't I do, and trying to figure out where I can actually get a plan here. Yep, I'm not at the point of having a plan, unfortunately, yet. Gotta be some way, though. Like, the math for this is really confusing, yeah. I mean, I'm at the phrase where I have to completely redo my thought process. Which means I have to try to rethink everything. Yeah, I'm still confused about that. The math for this is really annoying. Like, how do I get this 99 to 0? I mean, at the very least, I feel like I'm gonna need, I mean, maybe, like, having two opposed colors would work. But, I mean, I could also have, like, I can't have the same color twice, right? So we know that much. The step where I get to 0, we know at the very least the door has to have a glitch spend, because I have to spend pure and I can't paint it. We also know that it has to, obviously these doors have at least 2 locks. So I guess I can't use the same color twice, because that'll just give me something besides 0. I mean, unless I open 2 different doors, I guess, so then, never mind then. If I open 2 different doors, I could already have a different amount. So, yeah. I could, set myself to a value and then have, like, a door that has, like, half of that and spend it that way. Yes, that's the problem. I feel like there's too many possibilities to think of for how many ways I could potentially get to 0 using these doors. There's so many different ways I could paint it, so I'm kind of trying to figure out like what else I could have done differently here. There's gotta be some way. I mean, would I really not have a pure lock though? Yeah, that sounds terrible. Wow. Yeah, this is really something. Yeah, I know at least one of these has to be glitched. Just not sure what else I can conclude about the color itself. Yeah, ideally what I'd want is... like, for example, like... if I take this door with these two the same, right? Then I get 99 spent, and I get whatever color here. What would that do, actually? So let's say orange was like 10, right? And I spent here. I get negative 20. And I get pure set to... yeah, I get pure set to negative 20, right? And let's say I have another orange lock here. The problem is, yeah, that's still going to spin to the wrong direction. Like I have 2 of these here. It's already been 1 hour on this puzzle alone? Wow. Playing Celeste plus recording Celeste plus watching a truth system. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. I mean, you probably are missing a whole lot since I'm not making a lot of progress right now. But we'll see if I can change that. Yeah, I'm just trying to think theoretically how I would ever get to 0 with any amount of these colors. Yeah, Daff is here. Yeah, Daff usually comes to the Lockpick streams. Daff is awesome. I guess a lot of you guys are Celeste fans as well, huh? Which is why you come to a lot of my Celeste stuff. Yeah, so let's say I open this like 10. I end up at negative 20. Negative 20 pure. That would mean I need a negative value of something to add back up. Yeah, right? It seems like I would need to first open a door with a pure lock and something, and then I need to open a door that has some other thing. Or I guess I could open this with 2 colors to cancel out, essentially. But I don't know which of those is more plausible, right? Getting 2 colors that cancel out, or something like that. Yeah, how about this? I set orange to negative 3 here. Then I somehow set purple to positive 3. How exactly? I mean, if I had purple already, that'd be great. You think you're a Celeste fan in this chat? Really? I thought there was other people that were Celeste fans. Cat Goose is a Celeste fan. Cat Goose was here earlier, but Cat Goose might not be here at the moment, so maybe that doesn't count. Cat Goose, I know, plays Celeste. I forget, don't you play Celeste, Daffa, or do you not play Celeste? There's something I could try to do. Get like 3 of this. And then like, if this was purple right now, like if this spend was purple or something, I could get to potentially positive 3 purple, and then use that to cancel out here. Huh, that might not be a bad strategy. The only problem is, like, wait, why can't I open this? Right, because I don't have any purple to begin with. I'd have to have purple keys in the first place. Yeah, so like, if I open this door, followed by this door, that does actually set my two things equal. Huh. I see, yeah. Because other stuff where I just forgot. Yeah, I see, you don't send the streams. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, that seems like a somewhat of a plan. That's decently efficient. Could I have just done that now? Maybe. Maybe I could have actually done that already. Open this, and then open that after opening this pure. I think the only problem is I ran out of colors, but I might be able to change the timing at which I do it and make that work. Yeah. That's my currently best plan at the moment. Okay, I would need this door twice currently. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. When can I actually do the switch that I want to do? I'm not entirely sure. Do I have a chance to do the switch at some point? When would I do that? I feel like that would be a very convenient way to get the two colors equal. Okay, yeah, at this point, what's to do with cyan? Once I open this, I can do whatever I want with cyan, actually. You know, that's not a half bad idea. I can actually do whatever I want with cyan right now. So let's say I did this. Nah, crap. Right, I can't open cyan locks. Dang it. These blank doors give me problems as usual. Okay. Let's say after opening pink, use this to switch. Ah, there we go. Perfect. Yep, I think that does it actually. Now we do it. Yes, there we go. That's all I had to do was do that at the purple step. Yeah, very tricky. GG, thanks. That was tricky, but not that hard to figure out, right? But it kind of took me a while to figure out that my current plan wasn't going to work. That's what I had to do. So using these two actually sets two things equal. The puzzle has been beaten. Yes. Hooray. I'm happy. Whoa. Epilogue. Bridge to new memories, eh? Epilogue. X done. Yes, finally. The brutal X world has been conquered. Whoa. Hello. This is a cool looking place. And there it is. The pure key. So I could actually go to that Omega level right now. Time to get bridged. Yeah, let's see, huh? The bridge. Get the feeling you made major progress somehow. You know what? Maybe I will go to that Omega world, but I'm curious about this. Yeah, that's a lot of salvage points, huh, Shrugs? I wonder what your huh is about. What just happened? I finally beat that X level, Shrugs, and this world just kind of appeared next to it. This world just showed up next to the final level. Actually, I'm just kind of curious. What's the deal with that Omega level? It's the last original music I ever heard. Oh, really? Huh. So I guess the rest of the music is just the same? Yeah, it's a hub, I guess. Well, yeah, yeah, I guess that's what I meant. Yeah, it's a world, a hub, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that thing appeared, that door appeared after I beat the last X level. I finally beat it. Yeah, that was certainly something. Okay, I'm gonna go actually check out what's over here, and if it looks like something intimidating, I'll just go back to the other world. No, eh? So there's more music that I haven't heard yet. Sure, go to the lab. And we'll deal with this door. That was like a really high number, wasn't it? Yeah, 78. 78. Wasn't that the same ID that other door had? I don't remember. Actually, let me check. Yep, I had the final Omega key. Oh yeah, I guess I should have locked my Omega perk, huh? A last little gift by yours truly. So, and now I unlocked, I guess, the last world in the focal point. Nah, wait, 78. 78. Wasn't that what I just did? What was the idea of the one I just painted? Oh, 79. Okay. So maybe what song you guys are talking about? Oh, goodness. So there is a whole world here. Holy crap. That is a lot more levels than I thought. Oh my goodness. And I need the last... Okay, I need the... Wait, how am I getting 14? I guess if I go in here and exit... So I need the last key. Yeah, I wonder what the last world is. I'll go check that. Okay, so I need the last stone key. So I will need to beat the Omega world to get through here. Gonna be here for a while. I'm probably not gonna do this right now. I just wanted to see what it was. But I'm more curious about the epilogue at the moment, so I might go look. I might go there first. I want to see what this is about. It seems interesting. So what is this about? Yeah, okay, there was more than 15 puzzles left, wasn't there? That is a lot of puzzles in that Omega world. Holy crap. But I guess it uses gates and other mechanics that, So this is some kind of like... I think this is some kind of like meta world, it looks like. Like, look at all these salvages. This is some kind of like crazy meta world, probably. Alright, so once I go through here, I'm locked out. Look, what the heck? What is all these input points? Holy cow. This speedrun is gonna be a nightmare. I have to do so many freaking salvages. What? Look at all these input points. Yeah, there's no gap. That's where the giant gap was, huh? Menuing nightmare. Yeah, no kidding. And also a nightmare of just going through constantly seeing salvage door, salvage door. It's gonna take like an hour. Speedrun is a thing. Yep. I guess people have already speedrun the game, right, B? So there's already times. I think with my solver, I should be able to beat the current times pretty easily. Yeah, I'll check the Discord. I'll check the Discord after I 100% the game, because I've been avoiding the Discord to avoid spoilers. All right, so what's the deal with this? I can choose several numbers from both of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not 7. 8. Not 9. And then 10, 15, 25, and 50. I can also choose a canceller, a sign flipper, a multiply by 2, and a multiply by 3 of green. Okay. But I could paint doors, so the color doesn't really matter that much. So out of curiosity, I'm out of green keys, so what am I supposed to do? I guess I have master keys for a reason. Okay. And then, what do we have on this side? As soon as you got the pure key, I just went off to World Omega. This was... I don't think the solver can find the opposite position. Probably not. Yeah, there's way too much going on here for the solver to help here. Yeah, but there's lots of puzzles that the solver did help with that I imagine I might have found a better solution to. I think that Millionaire, for one, I think I definitely would have found a faster solution to that than anyone else has, because that was algorithmically optimized. But hey, I wonder, maybe I'll be proven wrong. Maybe someone actually will have found a faster solution than I found. Okay, so I need I need at least one brown key to get through there. Well, at least I can look at what it is, right? Okay, so let's take a look. What do we have over here? A lot of numbers. I need exactly a certain amount of all of these numbers, eh? Wonderful. Why is this here, I wonder? Oh, that's red. I don't know why. The red kind of looks like brown. Ever since like in the new version, I feel like red is too dark. But the problem is if I go into the color editor and make red brighter, then the locks are too bright. Yeah, I like the colors. I mean, that's one thing I like about this game. It's very colorful. I thought this was brown for a second. Like, if I change the red to be brighter, the locks look too bright then. So I'm like, oh, whatever. I'll just deal with the darker brown, I guess. I'll just decide to get used to it. Or darker red. But, like, the red just kind of looks too similar to brown, if you ask me. I like the brighter red of the demo. It has every color except glitch. Yeah, it is true. No glitch. This one has a glitch, though, huh? Why is this here, I wonder? I guess I'm supposed to salvage this door here, theoretically, right? Okay, and this is to get to 0 after this. So I'm supposed to salvage this door for some reason. Oh, I know why. That's the bridge that goes to the other thing. Out of curiosity, what happens if I just salvage another random door? I guess I don't have another door to pick because this is only after all of them. I don't know, somehow I feel like there's some way you could cheese it where you leave one of these behind. I'm actually going to look. How big of a gap does that look like to me? How big of a gap does that look like? Oh, you could totally jump that. You could totally jump that with any door. So I don't need to get the giant bridge. I do want to find the bridge solution, but something tells me that I can just skip this, 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 and this. Like, if I just get 0 of all these keys, right? Now, I guess the problem is how would I, then actually not get 0 to pick these up? I'd have to, like, platform over top of the door? That might not be possible. Yeah, maybe that's not gonna work. It could work. Do you wish glitch could be here, but I fully understand how it'd be a nightmare to make it happen. Ah, I see. Yeah, because you understand the premise of the puzzle already. Yeah, something tells me I can't actually double jump, like, between these doors, so I probably can't actually skip a door. And I don't currently see a way to gain keys after... Well, plus for one, I guess you have this one eye red, so I can't open this early anyways. Yeah, maybe that's what... Yeah, that's what you guys are talking about, yeah. I just realized that as well. Because of that one eye red key, I'm not going to be able to open this blank door anyways, so yeah. Darn, no cheesing it. I always try to think of some way to cheese it, because if I've got to speed run it, I got to try to come up with something clever, right? You need to reach the salvage. Well, that's what I'm saying, Carlos. What I was thinking of is if I can, like, open this, and let's say skip, like, say the blue door, right? If I can, like, platform over here, open this, hit the salvage point, then somehow still have a key left to open this, then I can salvage this door instead. It's like, that's what I'm saying. I'd have to be able to platform over top of the door, and then hit this, and then do that. Yeah, but unfortunately you can't for two reasons. One, you can't somehow gain keys after skipping this. Well, I mean, yeah, that's the problem, right? You'd have to be able to platform over the door, which seems impossible. And also, you can't open this door before getting here anyway, so, yep. Yeah, no cheesing it. Okay, but I just have to salvage a crap ton of doors. So I guess I need to optimize the adding, right? I need to try... I'm going to have a limited door stock, and I'm going to have to do all these math problems to figure out what amount of each color I need. Okay, so what are we dealing with here? What numbers do I have? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, I'm talking about sideways, right? Not upwards necessarily, but sideways, right? Like I'm saying, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's 3 high, but the problem is going sideways. You can't go sideways from here to here, I don't think, with the ceiling in the way. Like, if I could open this, jump on top of this without opening it. Well, actually, never mind. I guess you wouldn't have to skip over a door, right? Well, I guess you would, yeah, because it would have to be a door you could normally open. Because you need to be able to open it after hitting this. So I would need to, like, come up here, not collect the 20, skip this 30 door by jumping over it, and then not collect either of these, and then collect this, hit this, open this door. But you can't, yeah. So, yeah, exactly. You can just not meet the requirements. Yeah, but the problem is I'd have to meet the requirements of at least one of the doors to even be able to pick it up and yeah. Then I can't salvage it, exactly. So I'd have to meet the requirements of at least one of the doors, right? Yeah. So I would have to meet the requirements of at least one of the doors I skip. But that's the problem. I can't physically skip a door. So that's the second problem of the platforming. Okay, so here's my number stock. I get multiplies too. That's a bit of an issue. Can't I just use master keys here? Yeah, I could just grab a bunch of master keys and then just copy doors to my heart's content. So I'm probably going to sacrifice one of my slots for that. Yeah, I have stone. So, for example, I could pull this door here. In fact, why don't I just do that now? Yeah, I definitely feel like it's probably worth sacrificing one slot to get this. Which point do I pick? Let's pick 74. So, I'll salvage that. And now I will... Okay, it's gonna be annoying to paint these, but whatever. Let's see if there's a problem with this plan. Red shuts out everything, yeah, exactly. No cheesing it. I tried to find a way to skip the Chapter World 3 salvage for the heart, and unfortunately I don't think that was possible either. It was almost possible, but there was one thing that prevented it, and it was annoying. It's like one little thing that prevents it. The developer definitely thought of things. The developer hates fun, yeah. Nah, no having fun cheesing it, not allowed. Look at that, negative 52 master keys. I probably don't need that many, that's probably too many, but whatever. Now, I could just copy a crap ton of doors, and I don't have to worry about my, I don't have to worry about my supply. Of course, I am only going to be able to pick some of these numbers, right? These are negatives and these are positives. So I get how many numbers to choose from exactly? 7, 8, 9, 12, 17 of the numbers, and I have 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. I have 24, so I'm definitely not going to be able to use all the numbers. Interesting. Yeah, exactly. Like, that would be a pretty bad solution anyways, because it's not really supposed to be a platforming, like, challenge game. Let's see here. 256 seems quite easy to reach. 213. Okay, which of these are variable? These are variable. The ones over here, the multipliers, are variable. But I don't think... Is one of these like a multiple of something? 213 is a multiple of 3, so I guess I could use the times 3 door. So we'll do times 3. I get times 2 and times 3. I should probably use as many of those as I can, right? Just prime factor and then use as many 2s and 3s as possible. That's probably going to be the most efficient way to add things up. There's guaranteed a new patch because there's a fatal glitch. The game crashes if you clear Finale Sub 1. Huh. I guess it's something that I don't know yet. Oh, you mean the finale as in the labyrinth? Oh. The game just crashes if you clear the labyrinth before an hour? What? What kind of... Why would that glitch exist? Maybe the developer didn't plan for the... Maybe the clock has like an issue with 0 hours. Yeah, the timer display, I guess, doesn't like 0 hours. Well, that's kind of a problem with the speedrun, huh? I guess unless your speedrun isn't doing UDO. Alright, calculator time. That's... I can already tell. This is 71. 71 times 3. 71 is prime, I'm pretty sure, so we're gonna have to add to it. Oh boy, we're gonna have to add to it. Unless I want to do some kind of subtraction. Maybe that's the best, actually. Holy crap, yeah, this thing seems like a nightmare to optimize. But I guess people, maybe it's a specific... Maybe there's only exactly one way to do it. So yeah, that's the problem, is I could use some of these numbers with each other. Y2K, yeah, seriously, yeah, a time bug, huh? Well, maybe I better stick with the lower numbers. Maybe I'll start from the bottom and work my way up. That sounds like a good idea. I think that's a good way to approach this. Let's start with the bottom and work my way up. First, we'll start with the orange -9, I think. Let's see how that goes. To get a -9, I'll need an 8 and a 1. So let's pull an 8 and a 1 and see how that goes. Excellent. What are you talking about? Roll to the finish line. No, I just wanted to shoot stuff. Can I collect all 60 eggs? Yep, thankfully I don't have to collect all 60 eggs in this game, huh? No, I just wanted to unlock doors. And then there's the vehicle section, right? Let's not forget about the vehicle section. Alright, bingo, 9. Now, what's nice is I can always add the previous number to the next one. But I guess that only works if they're opposite signs. Okay, 10 I can do in one door anyway, so let's just do that. It only takes one door to do 10. Yeah, I mean, it's not, like, it doesn't have sub-levels, right? So maybe it's not really a hub world. It's just a, like, a bonus world, I guess? Like, it doesn't seem to have levels, so I don't want to count as a hub then. If it sends you out, if it's a level. I mean, I guess it's a chapter, maybe, right? If that's the terminology that this game uses. It's a chapter. Okay. That's 9 and 10. What's the next number up? 20? Okay, so I can do that with the, double blast. Right? Is that the same sign, though, or is that opposite? It's the same sign again. That's not great. I prefer not to have the same sign, because I have to use at least 2. Well, whatever. Let's see what happens if I collect a couple more 10s. In fact, you know what? Instead of salvaging, why not just note it down? I'll just do that. We'll just use the pencil marking feature. 10 and 10. It gets me 20. Now this time I might actually want to add instead. Then I will... Wait a minute, how many stone keys are there? 13, so I can pick any door higher than that and use just a base color. Yeah, these being the same sign does not help. I could do 10 plus 20 to get me positive 30, and then go for the, actually, do I have an all door? Do I have a negative flip? Yeah, I have the multipliers are all, so I can use that either sign and then a flip. Okay. So let's try going for a times, or plus, 10 plus 20, and a flip. There might be multiple solutions to this, we'll see. It also doesn't have a win point because the big blank door is the obvious win point. Yeah, it's obviously, it's a salvage, it's just a salvage thing. It's kind of funny, yeah. This is a chapter that has no win point and no even sub-levels. It's literally just like a salvage area to salvage a door. Interesting. Okay, what about 50? I'll do 20 plus 30, I think, to get 50. That shouldn't be a problem. Let's see how many I start running out of. Math. You gotta go? Alright, thanks for coming by, Undalavit. It was fun to chat for a bit. It's a bridge to new memories. It's kind of funny, though, that I could, I was really expecting it to be like a small door. Yeah, but I guess it's a bridge to maybe a different level or something. I don't even know what's across the bridge. We'll see. A new hub, perhaps? A new level? We'll find out, I guess. What the new next thing is. Okay, what about this? I have some really high numbers I gotta get. Like, the next number up is 75, or 54. Huh, 54? That's not great. I can do 30 plus 20 again. Right, I forgot. I'm using master keys, so I can double up some of these. But only if it's the same color. So I don't actually need two 10s at all, do I? Actually, yeah, they're the problem is they're different colors, so I guess doubling up doors isn't as useful as I thought. Yeah, because I need them to be different colors. 54. 20 plus 30 and then add 4 more? I guess I could subtract something as well. I really want to, though. Maybe it's a bridge. Yeah, part 3. Oh, crap. Everyone must keep part 3 a secret from me, huh? Of course, there's a part 3. Yeah, we have to see what is on the other side, alright? And then we have a 4 here. I don't know, I'm starting to run out of slots. What did I overuse my master key slot? Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, what counts as part 3? Yeah, it's almost like, but I mean, it's like part 2's backside, right? That's to me what the Omega keys and everything after it really feels like the backside of part 2. Like how part 1 had kind of 2 separate parts, like the front side and the back side. Yeah. Yeah, part 3. Everyone's keeping part 3 a secret for me, huh? Nah, of course not. Oh, I forgot about 33. How do I want to do 33 with what I've got? I'll just do 30 and 3. I guess I'll do a adder, like a blast door. And then a plus 3. X plus 3. Yeah, I think I'm going to run out of slots. Gotta be a bit more efficient somehow. What? Be a number, please. Yeah, it's not good I'm using 2 slots for every one of these. I think I'm definitely going to run out. Yeah, I have 13 colors to get, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 18 slots to do 13 colors. So most of these are going to have to be done in one step. Oh, boy, that's a bit of an issue. Maybe I will, tackle this another time. We'll see. If I struggle with it, then I might tackle it at a different time. Yeah. Next, the day will be introduced negative parts, then complex parts. Oh, 2i, yeah. Part 2i. I wonder what that would be, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna lockpick part 2i. Everything is imaginary now. The game itself is imaginary. Well, I guess that would fit, right? It's like, yeah, it's just part 2i is already out. It's just imaginary. That's all. I've got to be able to add some of these up better. Or subtract, perhaps? Most of these I could do in one step. I guess I'll plan this over here. Like, I could do 10 in one step. That's one step there. What else can I do in one... Well, not really one step, with one slot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 10, 15... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. What else can I do in one slot? So you're curious about the focal point thing? Yeah, I might go look at that soon, just to take a break from this, right? I don't want to spend too long on this the same puzzle in a row. I'm starting to see a need for one, right? Like, if I get one of something, then I guess I could use one, right? So over here, if I use 1 plus 8, I can actually use orange as 1 temporarily to do some math. So I'm gonna do like the opposite sign, I guess, of everything. Well, yeah, because positive locks can be negative keys. Yeah, I've unlocked the last little gift. I haven't even taken a look at it yet. I haven't opened it. I guess that seems rude, right? Like, if I've given a gift, then I should open it, right? It's only polite. But I was too distracted by this puzzle. So yeah, I'm gonna have use of a 1. So over here, I could probably do like 200 minus 1. That's what makes sense here, and 200 plus 1 here. So 200 minus 1. Over here, we'd have 100 plus 1. So I guess I need to get a 100 at some point. And then double it to 200. And then do a minus 1. Let's see if any other math here makes more sense. I guess I can get this 50 and double it, probably, right? So I think what I'm probably going to want to do is grab a 25 at some point. We'll do 25 times 2 to get 50. We'll do 50 times 2 to get 100. 50 times 2 plus 1. So that'll give us an 100. And then this will be 100 times 2 to get to 200. That seems like a good plan, I think. Yeah, it's not all too... Yeah, it's true. I was distracted by puzzle they made. I'm too busy enjoying their other gift, huh? How come you are using all at once? How rude, exactly, huh? I was given a gift and I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. I haven't even taken it out of the box. Yeah, so I think we're gonna need several times 2s. Yeah, if I had glitch, wait a minute. If I do have glitch, I can just times 2 anything freely. I can use one slot for master keys and then have a glitch door. Wait a minute. Wait a second here. Yeah, does that make sense? Yeah, if I have a glitch door, I can repeat a process after using that color. Huh, interesting. I'm starting to wonder if I should get a glitch times 2. That seems like a cool plan, right? A glitch times 2 door. So, but the only problem is I would have to be able to change it to that color in the first place, which might end up just wasting a turn. Well, not necessarily, right? If I get the 1 first for pink, but no, I have to get the 50 first. But I guess that makes sense. If I transfer the 25 to pink and then times 2 it, I can have a glitch times 2 door. I like that idea. In fact, I might do that now just to help thinking about things. 75. I like that idea. Grabbing a glitch times 2 door. I wonder, I'm surprised. Did someone actually manage to prove a optimal solution? I mean, I guess it could be the case that it has only one solution. I guess in which case it might be that. But of course you'd have to prove that, right? Like, how would you actually... I feel like it'd be difficult to prove that there's exactly one solution to this. But maybe there is a really complicated way to prove that. But I feel like with a sheer number of possibilities, there's probably some kind of alternate solution that you can come up with. Like, look at this. Doesn't seem to see... This seems useful. Well, I'd have to turn to something else first. Okay, so the dev already knows there's multiple solutions. Yeah, I figured there probably would be, right? Looking at this, I feel like there kind of has to be. Anyways, I can copy this later. So I can get infinite times 2s if I can change to that color in the first place. Which I'll need to do, right? Because I'll need to transfer between... I'll need to have at least one door of each color to begin with. In addition to whatever things I need to do to get it to its current value. But let's say I had like a... like, for example, a stone door that, gives me plus, I guess, what would I need to do? Yeah, it would need to make a glitch door that transfers this to that. Maybe that's not useful, actually. Because I'm gonna need to use a door to transfer the color, and I might as well have just multiplied it then. Yeah, that's not the best. Okay, maybe that's not useful. Maybe the master key thing is a bust. Sandbox, pretty much. Yeah, it really does feel like there's probably several solutions to this. Alright, I'm saying there's starting to get somewhat of a plan going on, though. I'm just gonna start writing out what I think each of these operations is gonna be. Like, it seems like I've just got to take one color and add it to the next, right? Maybe this isn't 25 times 2. I don't see a 25 here. I guess I can get one. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to take a break for now, though. So I kind of got the idea. I actually want to go check out that Omega World now. I'll let that simmer in my head probably later and like see if I can think of maybe some way to approach that. Yeah, you want to minimize travel time, exactly. Which usually means you want to minimize, like, how far you have to... Like, you want to minimize, like, going back and forth as much as possible, right? But, like, I think in this case, like, the main way to minimize travel time in that level would be, right, is to salvage as few doors as possible. Yeah, and I guess you don't want to solution the copies a lot, right? Like, if you get, like, 54 keys, that's not great because I'm going to have to spend all those. Oh, yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, let's do that, Shrugs. I'll go look at that Omega perk. Let's see it. Final reward, Kina's diary. Sure, why not? Kina's diary, so we get to read her diary. That's funny. This is a cute photograph. Who the heck is that? I guess those are other gods. I guess this is the god of space. Who's this guy, I wonder? Looks like it's Kina and her friends. It looks like they're having a good time. I recognize those trees in the hub room. Too, looks like it was taken there. Makes sense. Some of these worlds will be great hangout spots. Even though I don't have the full context for this photo, I think I can still appreciate it. Yeah, I wonder who this guy is. He's looking cool. I'm guessing this is the god of space, because we know the god of space and... Kina and the god of space collaborated to create this area. Yeah, who are you? Like the god of fashion? Looking pretty fancy. The god of colors, perhaps? Or books? Look at all those! So you can see all sorts of stuff. I can read a bunch of this stuff. Well, maybe I'll do that at a different time when when my brain's more tired. I might read these. Who knows? Maybe I'll read some of these later. Maybe these are like dev. These might be like almost like dev notes, right? Let's read one and see what it looks like. I was planning to get video games in. I had a funny idea. Actually, color keys doors honestly isn't that new, but I wonder what a game of just that would look like. Puzzles are nice, so I want to say something silly I can do with the idea. I know it's a little silly getting on the god of keys and doors and all, but the thought won't get out of my head. Instead of a video game, I like to get a bit ambitious and see if I can get the ambassador program in on it. Certainly a larger ass, but working in the physical realm is fun. I figure I can use the fresh air. I'll brainstorm some stuff for now, but no way am I doing this without friends. Yeah, I wonder if it's also... I bet you there's like stuff that talks about almost like how the dev thought about certain things in here. It almost seems like a credits thing, right? Like a lot of games will do that. Like it'll have notes from the developer if you manage to get everything. So that's only just for getting the Omega keys, but there's still more to do, right? There's Kina's diary there. There's the Omega world. But like, there's still this stone door over here, right? There's still one more thing here. Huh. I'm guessing this here... I wonder if there's some way to cheese this. No, this kind of has to be like this. There's no way to get around that. As far as I can tell, there's no way to get around this door being this exact configuration. And I understand why this is here, because I guess what you could do to cheese to lock yourself out, right, is salvage this door, then like paint this entirely pure, right? No, you could paint it like, what would you paint it? I'm trying to think. There's some way I know you could ruin this. Can't remember how it is, though. Yeah, I'm trying to think what the soft lock would be. I remember thinking of it, and I'm like, ooh, that's evil. Like, oh, I see. It's salvage the 12 pure. Oh, so that's right. That's how you'd soft lock, huh? You salvage this door, and now you're screwed because, yeah, without this 12, there's no way to get the 12 pure, and there's no way to get negative 12 anything. Yeah, so that's why this is here, huh? That's how you'd soft lock yourself otherwise. Salvage this door, now you have no way to get negative keys without this 12 being there. That's funny. So that's how you soft lock yourself. Wow, such a troll. 3 out of 4. And there were way more than 4 puzzles, weren't there? Yeah, it does let you get 12 master keys, huh? Yeah, so I'm just like, Cheese. But I think this has to be like this. I mean, you could paint this like black or whatever, right? Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. Is I can't get past here without pure keys, I don't think. So it looks like that's pretty solid there. Here we go. How about some just regular old key pick puzzles, huh? Nothing insane, nothing crazy. Just some good old keys and doors. This is what I'm in the mood for right now, especially after the X world. I need a bit of a brain break, but we'll see how hard these levels are. Alternator. Oh goodness, what is this, Baba? We need to build an alternator now, apparently. Huh, so what's the deal here? I just have to... What's the premise here, I wonder? It's that when I go through here... That goes there. Oh, I see. And now I go through here, and I switch back to But I'd have to get to 0 white. And then I could switch back and get 4. Okay, so I have to alternately get 4 of each color, basically. Okay. But I'm pretty sure I need to be focusing on this path first, right? Yeah, you would think so. Interesting, okay. I have to alternate between getting each color. Huh, interesting design. Let's see what happens if I just wing it. I guess I gotta be careful that I leave myself enough room to pick up the next color. So I have to not run out of doors to open. Okay. And seems fine so far. Yeah, yep, exactly. This, I mean, it feels like any level with a lot of solutions is hard to optimize, right? Like levels where you can logically, just like easily logically prove a solution, I feel like those are the easiest ones. Okay, yeah, let's make sure, I have to make sure that I always have 4 doors of the opposite color exposed at any given time. But I think it's probably lots of solutions, right? Like this is one my solver should not have too much problem mostly optimizing, right? It's always, as I say, it's always an approximation for my solver. I can't do this yet. I have to expose a white. Something tells me I'm going to run into an issue here. Just a feeling. Wait a minute. Okay, well, I'll keep going for now. So far, it doesn't seem like we're going to have much of a problem yet. That's pink. No, this seems fine. Okay, looks like I just got lucky. Okay, it seems like this puzzle probably had lots of solutions. See, sometimes you can guess. Sometimes you can guess that I'm on a lockpick. I got basically guessed my way through that, and it seems like the solution worked just fine. I only had a few points where I had to kind of like doubt myself. Whee! Look at me run. 9 F5s? Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's similar to 9F, huh? The 9F you have to do 1 and 1, whereas this one you do 4 and 4 of each. Yeah, it's an easy level, exactly. You can just guess your way through. Sometimes you can guess. Averages, okay. What the heck? That's a lot of 99s. Yeah, why the 99s but I have an infinite star key in the first place? Average? What does this have to do with averaging, I wonder? Oh boy, what kind of nonsense are we looking at here? It's kind of hard to tell from this art style, like, where the walls are, in my opinion. This level, not so easy, huh? Okay, so I need to get exactly 832 and 64. Okay, sure. Math time, yeah. Average. Average what? Well, we'll find out, I guess. We'll find out what we're averaging. I guess I'm supposed to average numbers somehow. But I need to kind of understand the balance of the problem first. This glitch lock is interesting. A blank glitch. I hope my solver can handle that. I don't know if my solver actually does glitch gates properly. But yeah, by the way, I did actually get infinite keys and gates to work in the solver. I don't know if it's like entirely accurate to the game, but it's pretty close. Like I know how to, if there are edge cases, I know how to fix them. But yeah, sure enough, my solver does not like brown and glitch keys. Infinite stuff and gates are actually fine for the solver mostly. It's crap like it's because a lot of those World 12 levels have brown keys and glitch keys, especially in the same puzzle. The solver does not like that whatsoever. Okay, so I can infinitely multiply by 2 here. Just like humans, they also don't like brown and glitch keys. I mean, I think they're cool, but yeah. This level should be fine for the solver. Probably. I mean, I feel like this is one you can logic out, right? I bet you this one, it's a solver, would it be unnecessary anyways. Because it seems like a logic level where you just need to figure out like a specific value or something. I guess we'll see if I'm right about that. Okay, so I can just endlessly multiply by 2, so I get some power of 2. And any sign I choose. Well, I'm gonna have to choose positive anyways to get through. And then I get exactly... I get some multiple of 5 of blue. Of -5? Wait, how's this supposed to work? No. Did you know you can't run on gates? Yeah, I noticed that in the other puzzle. Yeah, that's weird that you can't run on gates. Someone said it was like a quirk of the coding. Okay, well, I guess we have to pick this up afterwards then. So we can subtract some multiple of 5 from whatever my blue value is. Okay, what's happening to my red value exactly? Let's just pick a value and see what happens to that value. 2, 4, I'm glad you don't have to copy this. You see some people exclaim their anger at the existence of brown keys jokingly. Yeah, that certainly are a pretty hard mechanic to think about. Yeah, what would I think is the hardest mechanic to think about? If we're including everything, door painting. To me, that's the #1 hardest mechanic in the game, based on my experience with the X world. Other than that, do I think glitch? I don't think glitch is usually hard to think about. Maybe like combo doors? I don't know. It's hard to know what even counts as a mechanic, right? I wonder what would be the hardest, what I would consider to be the hardest mechanic. But yeah, brown keys are pretty difficult to think about. Okay, so this is what happens. I can't get through, for one. Okay. How's this supposed to work? I was supposed to get negative sign at some point? I can't. How was I supposed to get through here? Maybe I have to go down a different path first. I have to go down here first, I guess. Okay, so I get 1 cyan key. And then what exactly happens? I guess I have to pick this up. Okay, so I get this specific set of keys. After that, why 1? Interesting. So the 1 just cancels out, so that's kind of irrelevant. It's just there as a condition, I guess. Puzzles could force them to behave. Gold keys? Oh yeah, I guess it's true. Negative master keys, I guess I would consider harder to be than brown keys, right? No mechanic is hard to think about except maybe glitch keys in combination with brown. I don't know. Those ones usually don't give me too much problems. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Most of those puzzles haven't given me an issue. Besides that one in the X world, but that's because it was a door painting puzzle. Like, I don't think I had too much of a problem with those in World 10, did I? Maybe I did. This is one puzzle posted in the Discord server that no one has solved, and the creator admits it's probably unreasonable to solve. Alright, challenge accepted. I'll solve it. I'll get the solver out, and I'll solve it then. But yeah, I forgot about that. Door copying. Actually, that's like I master keys and stuff like that. I'm guessing I master keys is probably also one of the hardest mechanics. Just because, like, now you have to think about the cost changing... Just negative master keys in general, I think. I think regular master keys, actually, usually those don't give me much problem at all. I actually like those puzzles. They don't really hurt my brain too much. Okay, so what's happening here is we're adding the 2 numbers. Okay. So I have to add my 2 numbers together. Whatever. I mean, this is just going to be always 2, right? For now. So whatever I pick for red, I add 2 to it. Then... Okay, then we just lose those, sure. Then what happens up here? Then I get half of that? Okay, this is where the average is, huh? Maybe. Because we're halving this. Okay, so yeah, it's just adding and dividing by 2, I guess. Yeah, because this is the division by 2, I think. Essentially, this is just a division by 2. So we divide by 2 here, and get that many I cyan keys. And I guess I have to get rid of all of these. This is why that other gate is there. Okay. And then what happens after that? Then what happens is... I do what exactly? I can multiply that by... No, I only do that once. Okay, so this is just a transfer. So we transfer this into blue and red. I could choose to transfer into blue or red, whatever my cyan value is, and then I could choose to reset here and try again with a different value. What? But how am I getting through here then? Oh, I have to do both. Okay, so I have to do both. And then after that, I can come over here and repeat the process. Oh, great. That seems fun. Wow, okay. Interesting. So I add together some power of 2. He actually modified it for it to be reasonably solved by this point. Oh, okay. Hopefully it wasn't like the subset sum problem, right? That's how you can make an unreasonable to solve puzzle, right? Subset sum problem, just have like 6-digit numbers. And that's just like this puzzle was purposely designed to be impossible to solve without a computer. You can even make it so even if the computer, you wouldn't be able to solve it. Just do like 10-digit numbers and just put like, yeah, RSA encryption to lockpick, exactly. Or do a hash. Do a puzzle where you have to invert a hash or something like that. Oh, that would be evil. I mean, that's just like a joke at that point. Like, you don't actually expect the person to solve it. That's funny you can even do this. This was funny about this game. The fact that you can do that is insane. Okay. So I'm taking some power of 2, adding 2 to it, and then dividing by 2. And then I'm repeating that until I somehow get to 832. Okay, so I guess I should figure out... I guess I should work in reverse, right? I should work in reverse. If I can. Like, dividing this by 2. Okay, what's the first thing that 832 becomes that I divide by 2? If I divide by 8, I get 104. 104 divides by 2 to get 52, which divides by 2 to get 21. So theoretically, if I can get to 21, I can get to 832. Gates and infinite keys are what made a Turing machine reasonable or even possible. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, because I wonder, was it Turing complete? I think Shock would say it probably was, right? Because with the blank doors, you essentially have a quality checking. So maybe you can maybe it's Turing complete even with just blank doors. But no, I guess that's not true, right? Because in order to have an infinite tape, I think you need door cloning. So you need at least chapter 8. But I wonder, yeah, why would gates change things at infinite keys? I guess infinite keys also give you infinite state space. Infinite keys aren't necessary, right? Like, infinite keys you can just simulate with door cloning. So I don't think you need infinite keys. Yeah, but it just makes it reasonable. I see what you say, yeah. It makes it so someone could actually even come up with one. It's probably the case that as soon as World 8 mechanics are introduced, the game becomes Turing complete as well. Yeah, it is decidable with World 1 to 7. So yeah, we already know, I guess, that with just blank doors, it's not Turing complete, right? To be Turing complete, it would have to be undecidable. Yep, yeah, good point, Shrugs, yeah. Yep, I didn't even think about that, true. If it's Turing complete, it has to be undecidable. So yeah, it has to at least include World 8 mechanics, or infinite keys, one of the two. You can make if you can make infinitely many doors, but that's the problem, right? You can't, you can make arbitrarily large numbers of doors, but you can't make infinite numbers of doors in Lockpick. Can the solver handle this? I'm not sure. Probably. But there might be too many operations involved. Yeah, I don't know if the solver's gonna handle this puzzle, honestly, but it can handle infinite states just fine. Because I've solved World 8 puzzles with the solver. It can handle infinite states. It just takes a while, but it can handle infinite states. Now, how would I get to 21? I think the problem is blue is going to be getting in the way. Yeah, when you extract it, yeah, but in its base form. Yeah, I just put all the puzzles in pretty much in their base form. Sometimes I'll add additional logic to kind of help it out. To be like, hint, don't collect this key or something, if I could prove for sure that I can't collect a certain key. But yeah. Yeah, the solver handles infinite state space levels just fine. This one might have too many doors, though. This one I might not be able to do. There might be too many possibilities. But, like, it solves stable loop, for example. Like, that's an infinite state space level, and that one it's solved. This level itself works like a finite state machine? Kind of, yeah, it really does. I'm just trying to understand what the problem's going to be here. Yeah, it's like I have to, what about always look back? No, I couldn't do that one. Unfortunately, there's too many possibilities on that one. The extra door, like, it barely solves stable loop, and always look back has extra stuff in it, so no, the solver couldn't do that one. So I tried to optimize that by hand instead. 64. So here's something weird. What exactly is happening to blue? I'm gonna have to figure this out. What's happening to blue here? I guess whatever I get for cyan actually goes into blue. And what I get for cyan is the average of red and blue. So the average of red and blue goes into red and blue. Oh, interesting. So I guess this is essentially an averaging operation between the two colors. Let's check that. I wonder what happens if, like, it's slightly off. Maybe it can't be. So, yeah, let's pick a value. Say 32. So if we average 32 and 2, we should get 17, right? Let's find out if that actually happens. And then we do this. This door a bunch of times. Where the loop is no longer stable? Yeah, it is that one. Yeah, it is always look back. Where it's like, what's the term? Try to think of it like energy terms. It's over unity, I think is the term I'm thinking of. Where you gain, it's a net gain. Yeah, or divergent, I guess that's one way to put it too, yeah. Well, divergent means to, like, diverge to infinity, right? But I guess that makes sense. Oh, I see. You're looking at the, quote, unsolvable level, or at least impossible to solve reasonably. Yeah, 17. Okay, so that's what's happening. I have an operation where I can average the two values. I also have an operation where I can double red, and I have an operation where I can decrease blue by 5. Well, that sounds like it's going to be annoying to deal with. I can average the two. I'm going to have to get a pretty high value to even get blue to even be high enough. I can average the two. Okay, so I already know that I'm going to have to start with a number higher than 64 here then, because this number, blue and red, are going to be the same value. Okay, but what value do I pick, I wonder? Let's see. 42. 84. 84, maybe? That's the first number that's higher than 64. 84. So maybe I should try to reach 84 in both colors. Now, if I'm starting with 2, let's see if I can do this in one step. What number averaged with 2 would give me 84? It would be... Let's see, what's 84 times 2? Yeah, whatever 84 times 2, I think, minus 2 is. So that'd be 168. The problem is it's not a power of 2, right? So I'm going to have to be using powers of 2 to average. It's not helpful. Let's see, what number's going to choose from here anyways? All I can basically choose them is like a power 2 plus 1 or something silly like that. Not unreasonable in this state according to the creator, eh? Size itself is an elimination error type puzzle, but there's so many things that obviously could break it. Ah, I see. Yeah, so it's like one of those, it seems to be like just one of those logic it out kind of puzzles, huh? Yeah, so what is happening when because when I average something out, if it's a power of 2 and I average it with, say, 0, it just goes to another power of 2 and then I'm stuck. But because I have this 2 here, that actually should give me additional abilities to do things. Alright, let's try to get a pretty high number and work with that. I wonder if there's a way to mathematically prove this. There might be. I'm going to try to get a pretty high number and see if I can get something at least close to working. Let's go with that. Sure. I think I can do the average pretty quickly. Let's see if I can notice a pattern by doing this. Crap, I have to do this door. Too bad they didn't give you a few more here. It did later make an actual eliminate type puzzle. I see, so it's eliminate type puzzle, but with additional restrict things to make it more complicated, huh? So check it out, I got 129. See, this is what's weird, is I can subtract 5s here, which I feel like would influence the number I can get. Wait, what number did I need to reach? I probably should have written that down. If I can get red... Well, now I guess we already know. We probably want to try to reach 84. 84. 84. How's this going to work with odd numbers, I wonder? So what's halfway? What's 129 minus 84? Let's check that much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 45. Yeah, I should be able to get to 45. No, I can't. Crap. The parity's wrong. Well, we'll do a couple parity switches and see if I can eventually get to a better value. Let's make this number high again. I like having a higher value. Sure, we'll try that. I think I just gotta need to keep doing this till I get the proper parity, and that should win. No! I can't divide by 2. What? Didn't I have 2 odd numbers? No, I doubled it. Whoops! That was a mistake. Okay, well there we go. That's an interesting restriction I just discovered. I have a big restriction here. Though I think there was cheese, which is why new versions exist. I see, yeah, there was cheese, huh? That's an interesting restriction. I can't double red again. If I double red, I'm gonna... Like, blue is fated to be odd at this point, I think. Well, maybe not if I average it, but the first move, it had to be odd, right? No matter what, I was gonna get an odd number, I'm pretty sure. Because it's some power of 2, like, +1. It's always odd. So now I can't use red, so I'm forced to use this again. And I guess I have to minus 10? Huh, interesting. So like if I do this, for example. No one actually found the cheese, the creator found themselves. Ah, I see. Stone keys start at 0 in that one, yeah. I see, so in the user level, stone keys start at 0, huh? Yeah, that makes sense. I have this again, yeah. I wonder if I can actually get myself down to 84 like this if I just keep doing this. Okay, what's 119 minus 84? 35? Okay, that definitely seems right. So I mean, but no, I need to take 84 minus 35. 49? Can I get to 49? I should be able to get to 49. 49. There we go. All right, did I math properly? Can I math? We will find out. I have to use this darn door again. Yeah, it seems like it's going to be annoying to optimize because I think there's multiple solutions, but there's probably a reasonably quick solutions you can find. 84, bingo. That's exactly what I wanted. And now we go down to 64. We multiply by 2 a bunch of times. Wait, what? Did I do math badly? Okay, never mind. Maybe I'm just giving up too early. Yeah, what? What? Did I not divide? Math wrong. Yeah, what? How did I fail at dividing 32? 104. This is why I should use a calculator, huh? Alright. Apparently my mental math sucks, so calculator time. Well, at least I understand what kind of to do, right? I get the premise, I think. Okay, so I should have gone for 104 instead. Yeah, I don't know why. I divided and then tried to multiply back up and got a different value somehow. So I should have gone for 104. Okay, well, I might be able to do that based just off of this. 104, that's 119 minus, so I just need to subtract 15 from 119, so I need 104, this value. Yeah, they do cost me a bunch of time to mess up the, it didn't cost me that much in this case. Wait, what? How did, ah, crap, how did I get a... No, I can't use this. Yeah, that's true. They do cost me a lot of time, yeah. Oh, yeah, I see. You're talking about, are you thinking about chromatic monolith? Is that, did the mental math cost you time there? Yeah, I am losing a lot of time to mental math, but thankfully it's not a race, right? But I would like to actually finish them rather quickly instead of at a snail's pace. 119 minus 104 is 15. 104 minus 15 is 89. 89 is the value I should get. Use a calculator instead of trying to do it in my head because I can't do that and solve the puzzle. Yeah, Bane Brain is temporary, lockpicking is eternal. Yeah, thankfully, like, it's not even that my brain is in pain right now, it's just that my brain is just not giving me the correct results out. It's giving me the wrong output. I wish my brain sometimes worked like a computer where you don't have to hope that what you get out is actually the right thing. The bridge is eternal. Yeah, there we go. That's how it actually is, huh? That one level, the bridge is eternal, huh? Whoops, I forgot to multiply red. Did I actually do the math properly this time? Yes, I did. But blue's the wrong sign. Whoops. Oh, snap. That's not going to become 64 or negative, is it? Blue is the wrong sign. I didn't notice. I did not. Wait, no, it is. Yeah, it has to be positive. No, red's the wrong sign. Never mind. There we go. Done. Yep. I forgot. I thought blue was the wrong sign, but red was the wrong sign. Yeah. There we go. Root? Okay, this is just the math world, isn't it? Huh? GG, thanks, Carl. That was a cool puzzle. What a neat concept. I was worried it was going to be like some kind of convoluted multi-process thing, but thankfully it seems they could just kind of screw around and eventually figure out how to get it. You love this puzzle? Yeah, what is this, square root? Yeah, this is seriously the freaking math world, isn't it? Anyways, hi Lumri, how you doing? I don't know if I said hi, but I appreciate you coming by. Oh boy, square root. Tasty, you find it funny how Tasty Pie watches me? Well, Tasty Pie, I think, likes this game, so. Which is machine levels, which is why I think the solver can handle it. Yeah, maybe. But I think, the biggest decision for my solver, like, if it can handle the puzzle or not, is A, how many moves does the solution have? If the solution has a lot of moves, the solver most likely won't work. And also B, how much flexibility is there at the beginning of the puzzle? If it's like a zeroing puzzle where you can just open like all the doors in any order you want, it pretty much always fails then. And that's usually how the glitch brown key puzzles go, because there's a bunch of stuff you can just do for free, and then there's one point at the end where everything matters. At that point, that's usually the solver can't manage that. Oh, you made it for the usernames, eh? Pi and Sigmas, yeah. Math people, huh? In this world, you become... Well, whatever that's the thing, huh? Which way are you talking about? What are you guys talking about here, huh? Anyways, yeah, let's take a look at what nonsense is going on here. Okay, so we times 4, and then we... Okay, so I have 4 times something here. Yeah, it seems like someone already spoiled what the thing is, but I won't look at it. I'll figure it out on my own. Someone already figured out what the equation is here. Yeah, so we got 4x of something. And what this top nonsense is supposed to do? Yeah, what is this top nonsense? I need to get black to 0. Doing sorcery in chat, yeah. As long as you don't start speaking enchantment table, huh? Start speaking enchantment table, see how that goes. Okay, so I'm forced to go through here and do what? To get 1. Exactly 1. Then I'm forced to do what? Lumri is cursed with not being out of stream. I think Lumri can stream now. You can get rid of what? Nah, you're good. You don't have to. Other people in chat who want to look at it, I suppose, can. But yeah, I appreciate it. No spoilers or any solutions or anything like that. And then we get 2 of that thing plus 1, man. I can only do that once, so I can only hit each of these once. And then we do it again? Wait, how do I get back through? Oh, like this. Okay, so let's see if I can figure out a pattern for what's happening here. Oh, and then I have to hit this. And then I have to get back to exactly 1 of these again. Okay, so let's track the numbers that are being subtracted. Here we're subtracting 3. Then we subtract 5. And then we subtract 7, I'm guessing? Yep, 7. Okay, so it's like subtracting that. And eventually that's going to get me down to 0. And every time I do this, I'm gaining a red key. Interesting. Yep, every time I do that, I'm getting a red key. Wonder how that relates to square rooting. Something about adding all these up. Equation just spells for nerds. Pretty much, huh? And at the end of this, what am I supposed to have exactly? I'm supposed to have... Huh. Right, so it's actually got to depend on my initial value for pure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah, because that's why I'd be careful not to do that, Sharks, because, yeah, you don't want to, like, time out or ban anyone. I don't want to do that. Okay, we gotta change the setting, yeah. Like, if I see something that looks like a spoiler, I just try to ignore it. But, obviously, sometimes I still spot it anyway, so that's why I appreciate no spoilers in chat. Because sometimes I might think it's just a regular comment, and then it gets spoiled anyways. Yeah, Loomer, you got your thing fixed, right? So you're able to stream again? What's happening with purple? I guess nothing past this point. Why is purple even there, then? I don't think anything happens with purple at this point. I don't see any purple involved anywhere else in the math. I guess all this does is make sure I pick a multiple of 4. At the very least, it does that. This ensures that I actually pick a multiple of 4. Interesting. Okay, so I had to pick some multiple of 4. And whatever multiple I pick, something's going to happen to it. Alright, so let's pick some values, right? Let's start experimenting to figure out what's going on. I think that's going to be the best way. Let's pick 16, for example, right? Let's pick a nice square number. What's going to happen with 16? 64. Sure, we'll try that. Come around the loop. And come around the loop. But what about that other extra doors here? Maybe that's probably, I guess, what you get at the end, right? Go around the loop-de-loop. Okay. How am I doing? I'm getting, Oh, there we go. 4. So 64 gave me the value of 4. Interesting. I think it needs to be some power of 2, actually. That gave me the result of 4. Of course, when I go up here, now what's going to happen? I'm going to take that value and add it 9 times, apparently. That needs to equal 559. That's such a weird number. It either wrote... Isn't there like a rote 48 or something that can handle symbols? Probably. I mean, you could do all sorts of rotation kind of algorithms, right? But yeah, route 13 is the easier way to... Spoiler, 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 spoiler. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Yeah, the spoiler tactic. But yeah, route 13 might work as well. The spoiler thing, I might actually notice something. But the route 13, I actually will never... Unless you type a number in the route 13, then I will actually notice it, huh? Like, if you type the number that I need to get in your route 13 message, then you might actually spoil the solution. So 16 gave me 4. Now let's try... 64 as a number. Actually, no, 128. Let's try that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Man, how do you even come up with this stuff? This is so crazy that the dev actually managed to come up with something like this. That's doing like some kind of crazy math operation. I guess gates is part of what makes this reasonable to do, huh? I guess the number of times I'm gonna lap around is equal to the power 2. We'll find out. We got some black keys. Do the runaround. Just trying to look at the doors themselves as breaking my brain. I might be able to figure it out by looking at the actual pattern itself. 64, 47, 28. Interesting. 7. It's not actually going to work, is it? Yeah, it doesn't. Okay. Interesting. Well, either way, I kind of know the pattern of what this does, right? I can tell kind of... Maybe I'll pick a square number, say 81, instead of picking that. Maybe the key is I need to pick a square number. Like, it is called root, so maybe it's like square root. Let's pick 81 and see what happens. I guess since series are a thing, right, that, this better not be a copy pasta. Oh boy. Yeah, I get trolled, huh? That's a very cool way to do it. I wonder what you guys are talking about, huh? Like, it would make sense if this is square root, right? I guess since a lot of stuff, as I said, since a lot of stuff is based on, like, series summations, I bet you that's why this kind of stuff is even possible. And it's 9. Yep. Okay, so it's literally square root. Perfect. So I square root the number. Yeah, I should have figured. It's called root after all. And one extra time is mildly infuriating, huh? I mean, I'm just going around the loop every time. Here, how about that? Let's open it. Here, I'll open it a few more times just for good measure. Just waste these doors. I can waste all the doors I want. We have an infinite number of them anyways. Alright, so it literally square roots the number. Okay, gotcha. So now I just gotta figure out the rest of this equation. So whatever number I initially pick is gonna get square rooted. Then I need to make sure that 4 times that number. So let's write out my equation. So we're gonna have 4x here. I guess it's like negative 4x maybe. Yeah, negative 4x, where x is the purple. And then I'm going to add square root of x. Square root of x 9 times. So 9, I guess it's 9 square root of x. Needs to equal 559 exactly. No, it needs to equal negative 559. Does that make sense? I think so. Seems legit. I think that's our equation. That doesn't really... I have x and a square root of x in my equation. I don't like that. Okay, well, I suppose I could do a polynomial here. Noah's here. I'm completely lost. Yeah. We're back in math mode. Oh, yeah, look at that, Loomer. You have an x, huh? Make 69 copies. Yeah, good luck. Yeah. See the math? Yeah, this is the equation I'm trying to solve right now. Yeah, have you done stuff like this in your classes, Novo? Like, have you solved equations like this? I'm gonna see if I can solve this equation and see if I, Yeah, this actually, I think, is the puzzle game with the most math out of everything I've played and or seen. Maybe this equation is wrong. Well, let's just find out. So I'm gonna make sure that what I get on the right side is actually what I get here. So I'm gonna set x to be some square number, say 25. I've learned to double check everything now whenever I do stuff. Yeah, this is actually just math. Like, this game is based, that's for sure. It really is. This game is a mega base. I'm sure Shock will love this world. Yeah, like, look at this, Nova. I'm literally doing a square root. Like, there's no actual square root operation in the game, and yet this performs a square root somehow. I guess it uses a series, basically, to do it. Alright, so let's see if this equation actually is what I'm expecting. So, I set x to be 25. So, what I'm getting is negative 100 plus 9 times 5. Yep, that doesn't seem to be the correct equation. So now I just need to solve it. I think I'm going to need to move the stuff to the other side. Because I know x is positive, so I can safely square the square root without worrying about absolute value or anything like that. X can only be positive. What's really annoying though is the window kind of gets in the way. This game becomes more math the further you go. Yeah, seriously, huh? Alright, so what we'll do is 9 square root x. Square root of x equals 4x minus 559. I wonder if this is going to divide by 9. Is that really a multiple of 9? It isn't. It isn't great. But I'm squaring it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Probably. Yeah, like, I don't want to get a fraction. I can just square both sides. I don't need to divide by 9. I can just square it now. So we're going to get 81x is equal to 16. No, I need to square it as a tuple, so I need to do this. And I need to square this. It's a good visual way to think of it, huh? Yeah, now I'm getting out the freaking notepad. Yeah, we just square both sides. I think I did that right. And then that will give me some crazy number. Oh boy, that's gonna be an ugly number. You know what? You're gonna start hitting the last part of the stream. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see if the math is still around by the time we get back. Alright, so this is gonna be, I think, 16x squared. And then we're gonna have some insane number. Alright, I'm getting out the calculator for this one. I'm moving everything to the right side. I'm just gonna do that. So what we're gonna have is 559 times 4 times 2, because that happens twice. I'm taking like the FOIL method, where we square the first number, then we take the two numbers times each other times 2, so that's 4472 negative, and then I need to subtract 81, I think. This seems like the numbers are way too high, but maybe that's actually is just how it is, and the numbers really are this high. That's kind of a disappointing way to understand it, but I understand now, yeah. I saw them work out with the distributed property, huh? I mean, I'm probably going to be able to divide everything by 81. I guess that's probably what I'm going to end up doing by the end. Because it's probably going to need to be some integer or whatever. Hopefully it's not some insane thing to factor, but... I mean, the quadratic formula does exist, so it's not like factoring is going to be really much of a problem. And what am I subtracting? 81, which is really adding, because I have a negative value over here. 4553? Let's hope that's right. 16x squared minus 455. What? Why does it do that? Is it actually clearing my thing when I tab out? What? Oh, that's why it disappeared. That's annoying. If I go to my calculator, it clears out my note. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to do it like in steps. X. Okay, there we go. It's not going to clear it out now. See, now I can go in there. But when I'm editing, apparently if you... Yeah, that's annoying. It does that, huh? And then... Plus whatever 559 squared is. 312481. Holy cow. That seems way too high. 312481. Something tells me something went wrong, but who knows. Seems way too high. Like, that definitely doesn't divide by 16, so something's... I feel like something's got to be wrong here. 559. What a huge value. Well, I could try putting it into the quadratic formula. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared. 4553 times 4553 b squared minus 4ac. So that's whatever 481 times 16 is. Okay, I could go to Wolfram Alpha to do this. I'm getting an actual notepad for this. Because I can't keep all these numbers in my head. Or keep them all in the calculator at the same time. I have like some insane, a high number. Let's check this out. Let's see if this math actually works out the way I think it will. B squared minus 4ac. 16 times 4. 13662,784. I have to subtract those two numbers. Yeah, I could just pull out Wolfram Alpha. It feels kind of like cheating, but who knows? Maybe it's not. I could literally just go to Wolfram Alpha and do it there. Okay, b squared minus 4ac has a value of 7067025 right now. Is that number square rootable? It looks like it could be. 7067025. Square root that. Nope, it isn't. Yep, of course I messed up somewhere. PQ formula is greater than the ABC PQ formula. What the heck? P equals negative... what is a PQ formula, I wonder? Yeah, I clearly messed up somewhere. That number wasn't square rootable. Let's double check my formula again. I might have done the algebra wrong when I moved it over. Yeah, that squared is definitely that. Someone else has got a comment and wrote, huh? Let's try 16 again. That was a good number to test. I mean, I could just start testing random squares until I could essentially, like, whatchamacallit, like, binary search it. That might be easier than trying to solve the equation. Out of curiosity, let's try, like, 15 squared, right? 225. Let's see if this actually works as a strategy. So let's say I get 225, right? The only problem is it actually does kind of take a while to go around this loop. I think you have to go around the loop a number of times equal to the square root of the thing you pick. Hempelly's lie. What's Hempelly up to? Into the breach or something else? Yeah, you have to go around this loop a lot of times. Yeah, but maybe this time I won't open the blank door an extra time. But the thing is that well, I guess you could tell when you get to the blank door. Yeah, it takes a while to do the square root operation, so this might not be the best approach. But I'm curious to see how far off 15 squared is. This time I'm picking a fairly large value. 11. Yeah, for the amount of time. Well, yeah, one more. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. One more in the square root. Because you start at 0, I guess, right? Well, every loop adds 1, right? So I guess it should be exactly the amount of times you would think. Unless you start with the red key? I forget if you start with the red key or not. Okay, I was not high enough. 15 is not high enough. 15. Ah, I figured out where I went wrong. Yep, I know where my equation's wrong now. This definitely, looking at this equation, this doesn't make any sense, what I said here. I said X was purple, but I'm trying to do X is red, I think. Maybe I should solve for X is red instead. That would make a lot more sense, right? Instead of just trying, I should just do a substitution. That's what I should do. Just substitute X out for a different variable. And solve a much simpler quadratic. Yep, I think that would be a good play. So instead of X purple, what I should be doing, I think, is X is red. So if I substitute that out, what that means is I have -4 x squared minus 9x. Let's see. So this 900 here is right now negative 4x squared, I think. Yeah. So instead, let's try. Yeah, exactly. I could just did a substitution, do red instead. Yep. But I might have messed up because, yeah, with how big the numbers are getting, it was way too error prone. In fact, I'm gonna make everything negative as well. I'm gonna flip out the sign of everything. So we're gonna make negatives positives and positive negatives. So that's 900 is 4x squared. Then instead of adding, we're gonna subtract 9x. And that is equal to 559, so we're going to subtract 559, that's equal to 0. Still not a great polynomial, to be honest, but this one, at least, I should be able to put into the quadratic formula a lot easier. Huh, what about the PQ formula is? I guess that's one Carl uses, huh? Okay, does this actually line up? So what's 4 times... Oh, you know what? I bet I know last time. I probably missed a negative somewhere. I bet you that's what happened. So 4AC right now is equal to 8944. So now if I take 81 plus that, do I get a square number? 9025. Yes, I do. It square roots to 95. So B squared minus 4AC is 95. Noted. Let's write that down. 95. And that means I now need to do negative B plus or minus that, and then over 2A, which is 8. So that would be 9 plus or minus 95. And we're going to need to do plus, because I need a positive value. Okay. 9 plus 95, all over 2A, which is 8. And 13. 13? What? I thought it was too high. 13? Okay. You know what's funny is I was actually just going to pick 13 randomly. Imagine if that would have worked. Well, at least I actually understand the problem better now. So I'm glad I did it this way instead. It's just a modified form of the ACBC formula. I guess that makes sense, huh? I remember having to derive the quadratic equation in one of my classes. Which I guess isn't that hard, but it's kind of neat to see how the quadratic formula came about, huh? Essentially just do it using difference of squares. Round and round we go. Where we stop? Well, at 13 steps. Or now in 7 more steps. Loop-de-loop, loop-de-loop. There we go. I solved it. I think I solved it. We'll find out. I haven't solved it yet until I actually see that my solution is correct. That's funny. I didn't even think about that. I guess that is a good way to solve certain equations, right? Literally just do a substitution of variable. I feel like it's not a technique I really used in a lot of my classes. I wonder why. Is world lengthy for speed 1? Yeah, there's a lot of like copying and running around. And there we go. I almost just picked 13 just because I was thinking of like, nah. I want to pick a number that's like more round so I can do the math easier. GG, thanks. If I would have picked 13 just randomly though, that would have been hilarious if that actually just worked. But I would have also missed out on what the actual solution was. Wow, what the heck? An actual sub-puzzle requires screen scrolling. Now we're talking, huh? I can't even zoom out. It says X to zoom, but I can't. Append, eh? What is this? Some kind of like... This is one of the levels of all time. Yeah, look at this. Look at this insane machine. LMAO, yeah, exactly. What am I even looking at here? I mean, good luck trying to think about it. Yeah. 3311, 3311, 311. It's probably like some sort of sequence you're supposed to do, right? It says append, so you're probably like appending digits or something. Maybe that's what it is, actually. Maybe each of these like appends a certain type of digit. Look at this nonsense. It's just ridiculous. PQ method. You first divide everything by A, then take the x coefficient divided by 2 as P, constant, and then x equals P plus or minus the square root of P squared minus Q. Oh, okay. So it's similar. The P is B basically, but instead of 4AC over 2A, you divide everything by A, so A is just gone. Just factor out 559. Yeah, it's especially better when A is 1. Yeah. I guess you don't have to divide by 2. Yeah, because you skip the step where you have to divide by 2. But I mean, you still divide by 2 eventually. But you only divide the x coefficient by 2. It's just that that's a multi-step process. Yeah, whereas the quadratic formula is just one formula. But I mean, you could probably still write it out as one formula anyway. Probably, I'm not sure. Anyways, what's the deal here? Let's see if we can make sense of any of this. Okay. I don't know why this is here. I have a glitch transform, so this is supposed to be orange. So I get a bunch of these. Oh, look at that. Now I've got an aura. And then what I do with that value is I send it to blue. I send it to blue, and then something happens. What on earth is this insanity of a machine? This is looking like stuff in my freaking, yeah, choose my green. Yeah, you can choose your green. And that sends it over there. If you write it without the extra steps, you just get the normal quadratic formula. Oh, 559 equals 13 plus 14, and both are primes. Huh, I'm wondering what, so how did that help you solve it? You were able to solve it by factoring out 559? I wonder what you mean by that. Or you mean like you did the factors of 5... Oh, so I see. You prime factored 559 and saw that 13 was in there, I guess, is what you said, right? My mom, when she was trying to fix my diet. What do you mean? Oh, she's like, what is all this, huh? I see what you say. So if you prime factor 559, you get 13 as a result. Oh, that's a cool way to do it. Choose your green. Ah, okay, that's what you mean. Yeah, choose your greens, huh? I mean, what do you got? What greens do you guys like? I like broccoli, but I also like green keys. Those are also tasty. Broccoli, peas. Yeah, a lot of people seem to like them. I was already into peas, and more peas, huh? I don't know. I guess because I get gross store-bought kind. The ones I get at the store are kind of gross. I guess I need to get more expensive kinds, or I need to do them differently. So right now, because I have blue, it goes through here, and then that happens. Okay, what exactly happened? Okay, yeah, I did like a times 12 or something. And I open this, and then I have to go back to 1 again. And then I open this. I do this. That gives me to 7. Then do that. Okay. What's the point of that, I wonder? See if I do it again, what happens? 6. Okay, so I need to do this 7 times now because I went through here. The red ones taste like peppermint. Yeah, red doors, they're pretty tasty as well. Oh, okay, so it's like an exponentiation. I see what's going on here. So there's like we're like exponentiating, like we're taking the power, taking it times 10 to the power of x, which I guess x is green. Okay, interesting. So green determines where, how many digits over this thing will end up. So I think I'm going to be like building a number digit by digit, basically. Okay, I only have to do it a couple more times. I want to see where I end up after this. Then this opens, and there we go. So it shifted over 8 spaces. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, what's the rest of this do? Now we add that to red, okay. Then we flip white to see we're done with that step. And then over here we do what exactly? I have to... What the heck? I have to hit this a bunch of times for some reason. 11? Oh, who comes up with this? You could probably overflow this? I wonder. I wonder how high it would have to be of It's like x minus 13, 4x minus 4, 3 is 0 equals 0. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that makes sense. That's like factoring, yeah. You could like, as you said, you could factor it. Yeah, exactly. I never bothered to factor it, huh? It's a floating point? Yeah, you could still overflow it though, right? Because it only has a certain number of bits of precision. So yeah, you could definitely overflow it then, huh? Wait, what? Am I going up? I'm just going down. Supposed to get the negative somehow. Oh, I need to hit this some more times, I guess. Whoops. What? Where did I end up? No. I have to hit this a certain number of times. Yeah, maybe I can't do this part yet, because yeah, this sort just here seems like a problem. I can't get the negative keys unless I have a higher value right now of the white. Okay, but I see what's happening, so there's like some kind of thing. Oh, I guess I'm forced to go this way first. If you get too high, it changes to 1.j. That's funny. Yeah, like it seems like you lose precision at some point, yeah. But it's not necessarily the case that it would be easy to overflow, because you could use exponentiation to represent really large numbers. But yeah, I guess for integers, yeah, it's just wrong numbers. It's not really overflow, yeah. Overflow is like where it wraps around. But yeah, you will get loss of precision, I guess is a better way to put it, huh? Which I guess you could say is overflow, right? It says ... if the end is big enough. Oh, one thing I figured out is that if you do decimal keys, it will actually do .00. That's how it does it. Yeah, you can do decimal keys. I figured that out when I was messing with the my expert mode. Yeah, decimal keys are fun. I see. It's impossible to T2 get big enough that it has ... huh? So I am forced to come through here first. Say I pick like 3. Now I have to go through this loop 3 times, so I must have to do something different. Go through this loop 3 times. This is just crazy. This is not what I expected from this game. Yeah, we did there. Oh, okay, that just sets it, so... It sets that to red. Wait, what? I need negative, though. Oh, I was supposed to flip white first. And then flip white again, okay. Huh, why... What does this do exactly? I guess, yeah, that's all it really can do, is just set that to 10 times that. How's this supposed to work, though? Yeah, I'm just getting more and more stuff. I guess if I just pick, like, 1, for example, for white. Oh, I should just pick 1, maybe. Let's find out. EP is probably the fastest. Oh, whatever EP is, huh? It must be something maybe I haven't seen. I don't know what EP would be. It's like EP, like The Witness? Oh, Epilogue, I see. The bridge level. I see, that's where you can overflow, huh? Yeah, Foster achieve overflow percent, a new speedrun category, huh? I'm not sure I understand. Yep, that worked. Okay, so just doing that once allows me to do what exactly? I get through here. Then what happens? Then I do that. I guess I can only do that once. And I'm forced to do this. I mean, there's a lot of forced moves. What the heck is this nonsense? Okay. That could be 3. I mean, it's 1 or 3, I guess. I feel like I didn't really have much of a choice here, though. It's like this crazy. It's some kind of insane machine. Oh, I guess I'm supposed to open this before hitting this. No, I can't. Okay, so I have to hit the 0. I have to hit that. I wonder what the point of the sign flip is. Then up here, we stuck a 3 on. Okay, we got a 3. Then I'm forced to... How do we come up with this stuff? Like, look at this thing. Okay, 30. Like, what if it's an actual puzzle, or if it's just going to be like a straight line? I guess it's a puzzle on how much I choose for green, but it seems like I really only have one choice there. Maybe I didn't. Okay, what's stopping me from getting through? The fact that I still have blue. But I'm going to have blue because I came through here. Okay, well, let's go through again and see what happens. Anything different? Is anything going to change? 200, okay. I probably had a choice and I missed it. And now I'm allowed to go through because I spent my last blue there. Okay, so this spends blue. This is like a counter for how many times I go through the loop, I guess. Okay, what did that do? Change black? 311. Maybe it appends the numbers together. It's appending something. It may. It stuck together 3 and 11, didn't it? 311. It literally appended the 2 numbers together. Okay, now I have a choice. I have a choice, do I? So I could choose to either set pink to that, or I can choose to set cyan to this. Ah, and then I do it again. But wait, I wonder what green was for then. Maybe I have to pick a green depending on, like, the size of what I'm appending, maybe? Wow. What on earth? Okay, so 311. I guess I decide whether it goes at the beginning or the end, right? In this case, we know that the 311 has to go at the end. So I think I need to set it on cyan. Yeah, this is wild. I can't believe this actually exists. Well, let's see. If I stick 311 at the end and append it to this, I'm going to get 3311. Then I append that to the end of itself. Yeah, that's all I do, I think. Alright, I think I did this right. Now the question is, what's the value of green going to be? I wonder what determines that. I guess the size of cyan determines that. So maybe I need to do... Since I have a... Before I had like 11. That's why it worked, because... Let's pick like 2? Last time was a 2-digit number. I wonder what happens if it's a 3-digit number this time. Let's see if that works this time. And I need to change the color, right? See if I can understand this. Let's go around this loop. Wow, I'm just a loss. Lost for words. This is a thing that exists apparently. I want a negative value, yeah. Okay, can I get through? Yes, I can. The reason I can get through is because what? Because cyan is higher right now. Okay. So what was the point then? Because I could have just picked some other thing for white. That green. I could have just picked 1, for example. You think you would have been able to. Yeah, so what happens if, say, I don't pick 2, right? Let's say I pick 1. Let's see if that goes wrong somewhere. I'm curious to see why I would need to... If 2 was actually a thing to pick there. What if I pick 1? Let's see if that affects this step. This is not what I expected to do at the end of this, but, I'll take it. Yeah, so I have 10 now. Get... Now I need to flip that. Get negative 100. Flip. Yep, but I still have a negative. You feel like you learned append like this years ago for programming, but you already forgot. Wow, yeah, I never knew what I expect. Not this, that's for sure. I didn't expect levels that scroll within the Omega world. I thought it was gonna... I didn't expect all math stuff, huh? Ah, so this check here is what stops me from doing that. So it needs to be like the right power of 10 to be able to get through. It needs to be, I think, specifically between red and cyan. I see. That makes sense. So it's forcing me to pick a thing between red and cyan. A power of 2 between red and cyan. Okay, so yeah, we'll pick this power of 2, I guess. Are you asked about scrolling normal levels? You're thinking about this one. Yeah. Yeah, because I hadn't seen a scrolling... There hasn't been a scrolling quote normal level until this one. Oops, I picked that up too early. Remember the stream, your midday to T4, you say you asked about 2 more streams? Yeah. Yep, there was a lot more extra stuff than I thought. I thought it was going to be like a smaller, like, backside. But no, the backside of part 2 is pretty sizable, huh? Especially this Omega world. I really didn't think there'd be this many puzzles, especially seeing 3 out of 4. I saw 3 out of 4. I'm like, oh, okay, so there's a few more left. Nope. There's way more than a few more. This. I see, that's why that's there, maybe, because, the sign of white might be positive or negative, depending on how many times I went through. Yep, 2 was right, okay. So I just need to pick something, I guess I just need to pick the first power of 2 that cyan is. So yeah, basically it's just like the number of digits of cyan minus 2, I think, or minus 1. And then we go through here, through there, we go through here, get to 0. And let's see if this does the append operation correctly. Do I do another cycle? How many cycles do I do, I wonder? I do enough until blue zeroes out, so I need to do 2 more cycles. That's what defines that. Oh boy, what on earth? Yeah, because the blue is a cycle counter right now. Yep, we're out of blue. And now we perform this. And where did our number end up? Right, there we go. 3311. Black has our final value. So now we need to... That's not the way I was hoping to add. Oh, crap. That is not the way I wanted to append. I thought I was going to append the other way. Uh-oh. Can I save this now? Oh, wait, never mind. We're fine. Yeah, never mind. I think we're good. Because now I just take... I'm going to take this into pink. And now I have these 2 strings stored, right? And now I want to append... Let's see. What does it do, though? It appends pink onto the front of cyan. Yeah, so I need to append pink twice now. Because pink was 3 before, right? Yeah, okay. So yeah, it takes pink plus cyan. So now if I do this, it'll take pink plus cyan, and that'll give me 3311311, yeah. Which will be 1 step away from finishing. Wow, so you have to go around the circuit 4 times. How many digits do I need? Is it turned by cyan? I think so. Yeah, exactly. What is this, sensorium now? Huh, or something. That's what I'm thinking of when you said that. Yeah, it's reminding me of sensorium. Negative, yep. Negative. Get this, get that, get that. It's also reminding me of Islands of Insight, and it had something like that. Oh, I see. You were thinking of a song that's called that. I'm thinking of Sensorium because I like puzzles, huh? But yeah. Sensorium has these puzzles where you literally, these sound puzzles where you literally, people write it out as 1, 2, 3 for the solution. There's a song called that. It's like that specific pattern, eh? Yep. I am not super familiar with music, that's for sure. Well, I am familiar with like performing music, but not like popular music. But I guess it actually has a bass pattern that goes like that, huh? Yeah, this one's gonna be real slow for speed running. Yeah, look at that. I can't run on top of gates, so it's messing up my movement speed. And there we go. And now we need to take this number and store it in pink. Because we want to store... No. Wait a second. I can store as cyan, but I think I have it in the wrong order now. No, yeah, this is good. Pink plus cyan. There we go. We store in cyan, and now now the last step should get me what I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we go around this loop a crap ton of times. One last run. Gotta do some extra laps. Man, this is really giving Lily a workout, isn't it? She's gonna literally gonna run laps around this place. Gotta run some more laps around this. I need one more lap. And there we go. That's our last lap. We need this, get that. We got this, so it did so at first try. Yeah, like imagine you made a mistake somewhere. That would really suck. You have to start completely over. Like you accidentally added the wrong direction, and now you have to start over from the beginning. That would really suck. Yeah, thankfully once I understood what was happening, I was able to... I think I executed it correctly and didn't have to restart from the beginning. After like spending 5 minutes going through. Yeah, you planned everything from start to end. Yeah, everything from start to end. Yeah, that's the kind of thing where you probably could, right? Once you understand the appending process. I kind of like was a little bit unsure on one of my steps. Oh right, I gotta go down. I gotta go around this so many times. Yeah, have the solver solve this one. Good luck with that, huh? Like, the sheer number of steps in this one means I don't think the solver stands a chance whatsoever of solving this. I mean, maybe if I give it some special logic. Most of the moves are forced, right? But maybe it's... So, maybe given that, it's possible. Given that most of the moves are forced, that the solver could actually solve it. But it's going to need some help. Or else it's going to be stuck, like, opening this blank door endlessly, for example, right? And not actually progressing. Yep, there's always that uncertainty until I finish. That I might have messed something up. 3311, 3311, 311. Yeah! The 20-minute puzzle is done, huh? Well, I think that's a good spot, huh? What do we have here? Still a lot of Omega levels to go. I guess there's no more question marks. That's probably it. I have Keena's Diary, which I'll probably read on my own. I have this puzzle to get a bridge to whatever this is on the other side of here. Since your stream is over, you might want to check your pure key count. Ah, the key count went off the one board thing. Wait, what do you mean? For which one? Pure key count for what? You mean in the other one? Oh, the stone key count, yeah. Yeah, I should have an extra stone key now, huh? Because I solved 4 levels. So now I should have enough stone keys to get to the exit, huh? Yep, because I got 7 out of 4, so you don't need to solve all these to be able to go to the next one, huh? Yeah, that's what you meant, okay. Yeah, so I could go see this. Oh boy, what do we got here? This is the last puzzle Kita has set aside for you. Oh dear. So there it is. You might be tempted to call it the hardest or most important one to solve. But in truth, it is merely one more puzzle that has been crafted with the utmost heart. This is only speculation, of course, but I know for certain you can solve it. Oh, no pressure. Are you ready? After all this time, it's finally about to end for real. No, not yet. Or perhaps not. There's always something new to learn, another angle to explore, another trick to figure out. A further place to go that can only have been reached by making it this far to begin with. The world will continue, and so shall yours after you have moved on from here. I hope you've enjoyed your time here. I know I have. Anyways, it's science running out of space now, so bye. Oh, that's alright then. Well, I'm suddenly feeling a ways of sorts now. Maybe I should talk to Kia when all this is done. Oh, goodbye, and now she does that too, huh? There's text on the back. Yee, hey, look, I can write on the back. Oh. It's like a metaphor, because I was talking about worlds continuing and stuff. Nobody could have anticipated it. It's a sentimental sign, comeback special. You're gonna want to take a lot of notes for this puzzle, by the way. It's like way too hard, so good at... so Kina, I guess, wrote the back of it. Okay. Notes, huh? Wow. Rainbow text. They really wanted to bring it to your attention that this is the final puzzle, huh? That this is the mega puzzle to end all mega puzzles, huh? I'm not looking at it yet, though. We'll save that for when I actually... Nah, I don't want to spoil it for me. I'll look at that when I'm actually ready to take it on. I think it'll be more impactful then. I'll look at it another time. For now, because now I can speculate about what it might look like. Yeah, you all want me to look, huh? But yeah, I think I like the mystery of it, right? Instead of just looking at it right now. But I'm also looking at this, like, what do we have on here? A key, omega, lowercase omega, lock, combo door, or maybe gate? And what's this, I wonder? I don't know what that... Oh, that's gate. That's gate. That's key, omega sign, lock, combo door, and omega. You didn't enter this puzzle to finish everything else, huh? Yeah, but I might enter this puzzle if I get stuck on the other stuff. Still 2 unsolved puzzles here, huh? You're chipping away at it? Yeah, that's what I might do. Like, if I get stuck on something, I'll probably go to Kina's masterpiece instead. And look at that for a bit, and then work on some other stuff, but we'll see. So far, I've only like quit a puzzle once, right? And that was that one in the X world, but I came back to that and solved it, right? Like, some of those I was stuck on, I might have given a break to, but I didn't really have anything else to do, so... Yeah, that's probably what I'll do, as I'll, Champion's Maze. Wait a minute, Champion's Maze. Isn't this an Omega puzzle from the demo? I remember someone saying Champion's Maze was an actual Omega puzzle from the demo. Yeah, but I mean, like, in part 2, Shrugs. I mean, yeah, I quit UDL, but that's because I wasn't actually, I didn't actually need to solve that one anyways. Yeah, it is. I wonder if these are all... Does it have all the Omega puzzles from the demo? Or are some of those lost to time? Like, did they actually include all the Omega puzzles? Because there should be 11 of them, right? But there aren't enough. Oh, they did! That's awesome. All. So maybe these were the only gate ones then. Because obviously there weren't gates in part 1. But there should be 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I see. So all the so you're saying, okay, that makes sense. So the Omega puzzles weren't there weren't Omega puzzles for every world made yet. Okay, I see what you're saying. So these were the 3 that were actually created already. Champion's Maze, True Elimination, and The Problem. I'm guessing these are probably worlds 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that's neat. So those are the that's cool. So I was worried about those. I'm like, oh man, are those gonna be gone forever? But nope, thankfully they've been preserved. That's nice. Oh, okay, it's not an Omega one. Omega 16 is. Okay, ReZero, Champion's Maze, and True Elimination. Limited copy is fun. What's the next one? Oh, that's the one in the center, huh? It feels like the final one. What's my next one, anyways? 7. I guess the next one would be this. Yeah. Verify 10 to 2 and 2 to 10. Anyways, I'll do that later. It's not the final one? Well, oh, isn't it? Oh, yeah. I guess you're right. It's, like, after this one. Right, I forgot it. I thought it starts at 0, but it doesn't. It starts at, like, 4 in this area, huh? Okay, yeah, so I'll just do them in order, basically. Yeah, so far I haven't had to give up on any part 2 puzzles. Like, as in actually give up. Yeah, UDL doesn't really count because I wasn't actually needing to solve that. So I was just like, I'll give it a random try, and if it doesn't work, I just quit. But, yeah. So hopefully I won't get too stuck, right? I don't think I haven't really had to give up very often. I'm happy about that. Anyways, I think it's time for Lily to take another nap, and for me to get some food. Alright, Lily, let's take a nap. Have I not solved the labyrinth? I have, in part 1. I wanted to do UDL again to, see what the ending was. But I think I already saw the ending anyways from somewhere else. I forget. I'll probably do that at some point. Cam, got your back. Yeah, I wanted to do that to see the ending, because I didn't see the actual ending of the game. But I think what happened was when I was doing, I think I went to another save file when I was doing the solver stuff and ended up seeing the ending there anyways. But yeah, I already solved UDL. I just didn't see the ending that they added. I saw, like, actually, I know where I saw it now. Right, I saw an ending image when I was data mining. So I was trying to, I was trying to get rid of a certain effect for the image capture thing. In fact, let's see if it's still like that. Is this version, does this version? No, it has the flowers. Yeah, it's a fake ending, but still an ending, right? I still want to see it. Yeah, I see. This isn't the version. You could turn it off. Oh, really? You could turn off what? The flowers? It's an ending, right? It's just not the true ending, right? So I guess you could say, like, it's a fake ending, but it's just not the true ending. Okay, you can turn off the visual distraction. That's nice to know. How do you do that? In the options somewhere? Low FX? Oh, okay. Like this. Oh, that would have been a lot easier. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, because that helps with taking screenshots. I do like the effects, but yeah, I'm not going to It's a fake ending, yeah. I guess it's just not the true ending. It's an ending, right? It's an ending of sorts. Okay, cool. That's gonna be helpful for taking screenshots. And again, I already went and hacked the game to remove the flowers in a different copy of it anyways. I think Lily needs to take a nap. Oh, yeah, exactly. It gets in the way of screenshotting when you're solving it, exactly. Of course, now we have pencil marking, so you don't need to use a screenshot anymore, huh? Which is appreciated. I'll have to use I could actually take notes and stuff. Alright. Take a rest, Lily. Well, that'll be it for now. Yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. That was certainly an adventure, wasn't it? That is not what I expected at all, but I'm sure all you knew that was coming, huh? A lot of you knew it was coming. Shrugs didn't know, huh? Because Shrugs actually, I don't think Shrugs has seen all these levels. Most of you was like, yeah, you probably knew, but that was fun. Yeah, to see my reaction, huh? I guess that's the whole point of streaming it, right? Is that see how someone else reacts to the same thing you just did, and of course to socialize, right? We all need to socialize. Part of our lives. Alright, anyways, I'm gonna head out. I'm probably not gonna raid, but we'll see. Cause a lot of this stuff is spoilers for me that people are playing right now that I want to raid. Like, yeah, that's all gonna be spoilers for me. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say hi to Undelevin, actually. He's doing some kind of cursed witness thing. I'll go say hi to him. Let's go say hi to our buddy. So feel free to join me, or if not, it's up to you. Yeah, he's doing a cursed witness thing. It is very cursed indeed. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. I appreciate your company. Hempelly's still alive? Yeah, I could rate Hempelly as well, but I want to go say hi to Undelevin today. I wonder what Hempelly's playing. I'll have to go check that out then. Anyways, I'll see you all next week. I hope you all have a good Easter. For those of you that celebrate Easter, I hope you all have a good Easter and a good weekend. Bye.